The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I know a fat old policeman, he's always on our street. A fat and jolly red-faced man, he really is a treat. He's too kind for a policeman, he's never known to frown. And everybody says he is the happiest man in town.
You're a fan.
Hello. He laughs upon point duty, he laughs upon his beat. He laughs at everybody when he's walking in the street. He never can stop laughing, he says he's never tried. But once he did arrest a man and laughed until he cried. His jolly face it wrinkled, and then he shut his eyes. He opened his great mouth, it was a wondrous sight. He said, I must arrest you, he didn't know what for. And then he started laughing until he cracked his So if you chance to meet him when walking round the town, just shake him by his fat old hand and give him half a crown. His eyes will beam and sparkle, he'll gurgle with delight, and then you'll start him laughing with all his blessed might.
Yes,
And I think you know why we're laughing, don't you? Tell us, racist criminal.
They've cancelled Brexit. They've cancelled Brexit. Cancelled Brexit. Cancelled Brexit. Cancelled Brexit.
Do you know what? So tempted to do a Brexit phone-in tonight. It's starting to get really interesting now, isn't it? It's season 4 has started with a bang, and I'd gone off it, but boy oh boy, this season is funny and it is brutal. Bravo to the writers and the producers who thinks this crazy stuff up. As you know, we tend to be a Brexit-free show. On this, we're called the Late Night Alternative. I'm Iain Lee. Who are you?
Today I'm going to be playing the part of Catherine Boyle.
OK. And sorry to any Catherine Boyle fans, but she's not here, but she is being played by this wonderful actress whose name is also Catherine Boyle, by coincidence, but it's not. No relation. So Brexit. Boring, man. Couldn't care. Don't really have a dog in the race. I voted Remain, but I'm really not that bothered. Really not that bothered at all. Do what you want. I don't care. It's going to have minimal impact on me personally. Minimal. Food will get a bit more expensive. I've got a few quid, you know. This sounds savage, but I don't really care. Might make things a little bit more difficult for my kids. But me personally, as an individual, yeah. So I've been watching this thing and thinking, boring. But man alive, the last 24 hours have been funny, isn't it? It is the funniest thing ever. Everyone's imploding, exploding, stabbing each other in the chest. I don't really know what's going on, right? All I know is... So Theresa May's got a deal that nobody likes. She has done the one thing no one thought possible. She has caused the people who voted to leave and the people who voted to remain to join together as one in hating... No one's happy.
But the resignation started before anyone could have really read what she'd put out.
Oh, I've read it. It's 500 pages. I've read it all. Oh, I couldn't care.
They haven't read it. They've just jumped.
So no one likes it, right? No one likes it. Scotland's rightfully annoyed. I don't think Scotland get mentioned once in the entire thing, right? So Scotland's peed off about that, rightfully so. Like jobs and stuff aren't mentioned in it. It's hilarious, right? And then you had that thing of people starting to resign. I love it when people start to resign. And the moment for me, the turning point for me when I thought, oh, do you know what, I'm going to watch this series, was when Esther McVey resigned. She is one of the biggest a-holes in politics ever. She's the woman who lied. She's the woman who got some really important numbers mixed up. And she was Department of Health and Pensions, work and pensions, and is she overseeing the PIPs, the benefits and stuff?
I believe so, yeah.
And she lied. Sorry, she got the figures wrong when she was questioned about it and how successful it was, and she just kind of gave them some figures that were... Never liked her when she was a TV presenter. But she's one of those smarmy career politicians, as most of them are. Steve Baker... Oh, there's another a-hole. What an a-hole. I've interviewed that guy. He's the biggest a-hole ever. And how you can see him warming up, because I think he thinks he's in with a chance as Deputy PM or Foreign Secretary, because he's in with all the... Listen, they're all a-holes, right? I think it's hilarious. I don't know what there is to say about it, but if you want to, tonight, if you want to call in about Brexit... You won't get what Catherine and I normally say. You can phone in about anything, right? Then if someone phones in about Brexit, both Catherine and I say, quite audibly, oh, Jesus Christ. Tonight you won't get that, because
Well, you won't get it straight away.
No. I'm genuinely quite excited by it. I'm enjoying... So she's... Right, so everyone's resigned from the Cabinet. So the Cabinet... I really don't know a lot about politics, right? The Cabinet are... they're not just constituency MPs, they're the Minister for. That's the Cabinet, is it? The Minister for Health. The Minister
they've got
for,
extra duties.
Yeah, the Minister for Coffees. So they're all resigning. And then fair play to her, right, the Prime Minister. She then had to go to the Houses of Parliament today and stand there and go... What are you talking about? No, everything's fine. No, oh, shut up, man. Everything's fine. Yeah, no, it's fine. This is a great thing. Everything's fine, and it's going to go through, and I'm really, really happy with it. I go back to a theory I had. I put out a couple of weeks ago. Right? She's doing this deliberately. She's doing it. I'd put this forward as a joking theory, but I'm watching it now thinking, maybe she is the greatest, most selfless, bravest politician we've ever had, right? Maybe she knows that leaving Europe was never going to work, right? She was always voted Remain. She knew it was never going to work, right? So she had a choice of either trying to make it happen, even though it wouldn't work, or making it look like she was trying to make it happen and then screw it up so it couldn't happen. So she is basically the Christ of this Parliament. She has sacrificed herself for our sins. There's a very, very strong chance she's just completely incompetent and has got a poison chalice. There's that. Or I really do like to think that she is doing this deliberately to scupper it for us. Now, she's playing a dangerous game because from what I can tell, this plan she's got is never going to go through. We know that, right? But from what I can tell, the two options now are we leave without a deal, which is terrible, or it goes to another referendum and, you know, who knows, we might vote sensibly this time, right? So she's playing a gamble now. She's got 50-50 chance of getting this right. But honestly, today I was listening to the news. I had the kids in the car. I went, shh, shh, I actually said these words to my children. Shh, shh, shh. I want to hear what Theresa May is saying. Imagine me!
By saying vote sensibly this time, what you mean is vote knowing what the alternatives are.
I mean, get it right and don't vote leave, you muppets. It was a stupid thing to do. Matt Haig, the author, brilliant description of Nigel Farage, the Waitrose Tommy Robinson. That's a great line. That is a great line. No, vote properly this time. Vote the right way. Don't leave. It's the right way, right? I don't care if we leave, whatever. But so much, and I've had more entertainment from the last 24 hours of politics than I've ever had in politics in the entire, life, or on Celebrity MasterChef. More entertainment from this than Celebrity MasterChef. It's wonderful to watch these stuck-up, a-holes who don't give a stuff about us screwing their lives up. Could you put the aircon on? It's but boiling in here. So listen, tonight I am prepared to lift the snide. It's not turned on. The other side. That's it. There we go. That'll do it. That'll do it. Heat. That's on heat. You want it on cool. Top left. Top left. I thought you knew how to work this thing. Keep going. Auto. One more. There we go. Cool. Where are you going? What's happening here, man? So tonight, I'm just going to... Wasim, you keep calling. Sometimes you call all night. You're not coming on the show ever again. So, tonight, if you want to call in and talk about Brexit, you're very, very welcome to. If you can... first of all, well, I don't even know what to ask. I don't have a question about it. I don't have a question because it's so fantastical. It's so... And Jacob Rees-Mogg, that smug old duffer. He's in the House of Parliament. Well, considering my right honourable friend no longer does not deliver what she promises, maybe I should write to my other right honourable friend a vote of no confidence. Stop calling them right honourable friends. Stop being so posh and Victorian, you knobber. Just say, I think the Prime Minister's lied. I'm going to vote her out. I'm voting no confidence. NC. I'm going to go for a V of NC. A V of NC. So the V of NC, the vote of no confidence, that's now... They have to go... With this country is nuts, right? Maybe... listen, I'm not in any way calling for violence against MPs. Of course I would, not with it. But, you know, maybe Guy Fawkes was right. Blow that place up. But don't blow that place up. I'm not in any way suggesting we have actual violence, because people have lost blood and lost their lives as a result of all of this nonsense. So you kind of get what I'm saying. But the system is flawed, is what I'm trying to say. The system is flawed. So they've got to... So he's talking about his right honourable friend and his other right honourable friend. So then he writes to the 1922 committee to say a V of NC, and then they need another 47 letters to the V of... They're doing letters! Just start a WhatsApp group. Start a WhatsApp group with the 1920... The fact that there's a thing called the 1922 committee, and they can start the mechanism to get rid of... Oh, it's just so old-fashioned. It's awful. Do you know what I would like now? I want the Queen to come in and take... I want the Queen. The next Parliament, next Houses of Parliament show, I want them to be talking, and you just hear these doors slam open, and you hear machine gun firing into the ceiling, and the camera pans around, and it's the Queen with a cigar. She goes, right, you MFs, I'm taking control again. And she goes in and she just pushes, and she takes control of the country. That I would like to see.
I mean, I think it's unlikely.
It's possible. Very, very possible. Hey, we got a busy show tonight, guys. Very busy show. At 11 o'clock. Very excited by this. By the way, you know, who is it who runs the Big Green Bookshop in Wood Green? Is it Simon? Is that his name? Simon, isn't it? My mind's gone blank. Anyway, I've performed in the Big Green Bookshop in Wood Green. It's the best bookshop, right? Every time we get someone on who's plugging a book, I'm going to link to their page now. You know, and you've been there. I did a show there. Tiny.
His name is Simon Key.
Simon, of course it is. Mine went blank. Sorry, Simon. I do apologise, brother. He won't be listening, and I tell you why he won't be listening. You know that tiny shop he's got?
Yeah.
Guess who was there tonight, between 7 and 9, reading bits from their autobiography and doing a Q&A? I'll give you a clue. Hang on a minute. I'll give you a clue.
Was it Kev?
Oh. It wasn't Noddy Holder.
Right. Dave Hill.
Dave Hill.
Was he?
Dave Hill from Slade was in Simon's Big Green Bookshop in Wood Green, a place I have had the pleasure to perform. A lovely bookshop run by a lovely man who loves books. And he had Dave Hill there tonight. And I messaged him and said, oh, dude, listen, bung, after you finished, get Dave Hill an Uber and send him over here. He said, I'll try and get a contact for him. And he said, he said to me today, you don't fancy coming and doing the Q&A, do you? I said, oh, man. If you'd asked me a week ago, I've got the kids tonight. I could have brought the kids with me. I've got the kids. I'm sorry, man, I can't do it. But Dave Hill was in. He's got an autobiography out which I've ordered. I think it's been out for a while, actually. That one slipped me by. But we're going to try and get Dave Hill on the show to talk. Man, how cool is that? That shop holds 40 max, and there were still tickets today. There were still tickets. If you went to that, 0344 499 1000, please. No, at 11, we've got Mark Blake on. Mark Blake, who's a brilliant writer, writes for loads of music magazines, and he has written Bring It On Home, Peter Grant, Led Zeppelin and Beyond, the story of rock's greatest managers. Now, I've not had a chance to read, I'm swamped with books. I've not had a chance to read it yet, but I've read little excerpts, and I've read the reviews of it, and it's a corking book, and it's a fascinating man, Peter Grant, who I don't know that much about. Led Zeppelin are kind of my blind spot.
He was one of these guys who used to throw his weight about, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he was kind of a Don Arden type vibe. I don't think he hung anyone out by their feet out of the window. But. It's supposed to be a really good book. So we've got Mark coming on at 11. Now, here's the thing, dear listener. Regular listeners will know I have never heard Stairway to Heaven. Mm-hmm. I know the bit, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. I know that bit. There's a rock by a pool, and no, it is cool, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. In fact, this is what we'll do, right? Tonight, I'm going to listen to Stairway to Heaven live on the show, and I'm going to do a director's commentary as it's going.
I never thought this day would come.
No, nor did I. It's one of I thought I'm going to hang on to this. It's one of the things that makes me special. But I'm going to break that. So at some point after 11, we're going to listen to Stairway to Heaven. I'm going to talk over it. But before that, I'm going to try and recreate it from what little I know about it. I didn't know there was a bit where it rocks out. I didn't know that until a couple of years ago. It rocks out. So I will try and recreate Stairway to Heaven from what little I know about it. You've pretty much heard all I know about it. Then I'm going to listen to the song for the first time this evening. So we've got that. Got a cassette player. Because we got these cassettes to the Hot and Horny Girl show. We've got the cassettes. For that, we're going to play the cassettes. Oh! What's this I found? Whoa! Yes, man! This is a brown ring binder folder that was uncovered in The Move, right? And I think it's got some sketches that me and Mackenzie wrote, Mackenzie Crook, for a show in Edinburgh. Look, there's a list of agents that I was trying to get in with. List of agents. Look, 7181. I wonder what that means. Look at this Beatles single, 13th March, Baby It's You. Ian Mary rang. Meet outside Barclays at 8 a.m. Bring rugged clothing. You must phone Duncan.
Rugged clothing?
I don't even know what that means. This is notes that would have... Anyway, so there's this. But also within this...
I could smell that old paper.
Have a sniff of that.
Yeah. Also
within this, right, songs that I wrote. And I thought they were songs when I was like 15, 16, but I don't think they are. I think they're like 18, 19, 20. Right? Songs that I wrote. And do you know what? You've got to, if you want to grow as a performer, you have to have no shame. This is no shame whatsoever. I'm reading these bad boys out. Now, I should have brought a guitar, because I've only looked at a couple, and I thought, right, I want to look at it on air.
But there are chords on there?
There are chords on some of them, yeah. But what I'm prepared to do, dear listener, is I am prepared to recite these lyrics on the air. I'm putting it out there now. It's open season on these lyrics, right? Open season. If anyone wants to take these and turn these into songs, maybe you're a guitarist, maybe you're a rock band, maybe you're, what do they call DJs, you're a remixer. If you want to turn any of these into songs and make it a collaborative effort, you can do it. You can do it. Because I bet some of these with a hot, sexy, like 21-year-old chick vocalist over some dance beats. Hits. So that's happening. It's a busy show tonight. Busy show. 03, loads of calls lined up, so I'm not even going to give out the phone number. We'll get to them in a second. This is the Late Night Alternative. Iain Lee and Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
On air and off the leash.
On Talk Radio.
Busy show this evening. Let's start. Alan Caddick, good evening, Alan.
Hi, boss. Hi, Judge Boyle.
Curious. What happened on last night's show?
No, I want a ruling from Judge Boyle.
Okay.
Because this is tantamount to bullying, this is.
Okay. what happened on last night's show, Alan? Just one thing.
I didn't listen to last night's show.
Okay. He knows the rules.
It's very, very silly.
He knows. What's this Judge Boyle stuff?
I don't know, but he's not using it to butter me up.
All you had to do was say you weren't in last night.
You didn't listen.
Exactly.
Didn't even listen to 2 minutes worth,
Exactly.
even though his on-air life depends on it.
Alan, well, I don't know why I'm talking to him because he can't listen, but all he's got to do, if Alan wants to come on at any point, is just tell us, like, one small thing that happened on the previous show that doesn't involve him.
And here's a tip. Not that he's going to hear it. just listen to 2 minutes
That's
at
it.
some point between 10 and 1.
That's all you got to do. Unlucky, mate, unlucky. Let's go to Dan. Good evening, Dan.
Good evening. Jacob Rees-Mogg is 49 years old.
Oh, God, do you know, I found this out a couple of months ago. He's 4 years older than me, and he looks
But
like
he's
100
not.
years older.
I'm continually shocked that he's not in his early 60s, and that's been fairly generous. But today's been astonishing. I couldn't concentrate at work.
In a good way, or you say astonishing? I've literally been laughing out loud, been lolling at these
I've
idiots.
been doing the same, refreshing the news page, thinking, oh, what's coming next? And it is all over.
Yeah.
There is nothing more to come. It's now that it is happening and it's going to be horrific, or it is done and we're going back to the status quo. But either way, it's brilliant.
This is the thing. Don't be terrified, because we're powerless over it now. We can't do anything. It's not. I don't think it's terrifying. I think it's funny. I think all of these SH1Ts are now, they're running around like headless chickens. They don't know what to do. If we're lucky, we might get Jacob Rees-Mogg as the next Prime Minister. Wouldn't that be that would be amazing, Catherine?
Don't.
Oh, it would be amazing.
He suggested possible Prime Ministers, and he said Esther McVeigh.
The lady from Five's Company? Nah, I don't think so.
The second choice host of How Do They Do That?
Oh, God.
When the original host went,
I would like
and quit. Jenny Hull went.
Esther McVeigh and Steve Baker to alternate prime ministerial roles, please. That would make me so happy.
I've run out of words.
Well, I'm going to cut you off then, Dan. It's as simple as that. Let's go to Ken. Good evening, Ken.
Good evening there, Ian. Good evening, Catherine.
Hello.
Thank you for taking my call, Ian. I appreciate it very much. Regarding that, the Stairway to Heaven, let me tell you, Ian,
Oh, God.
I used to sing, I'm on the highway to hell. But now I sing, Ian, I'm on the highway to heaven.
There's no such song.
There is a literal stairway to heaven, Ian.
Well, is it a road or is it a staircase? You're confusing me here. Is it a road? Is it a highway, a motorway, as we would say in this country? Is it an American-made motorway, a highway, or is it a staircase?
It's actually a narrow path.
Oh. So fat people can't go to heaven?
No, it's
they
open
can't.
for all, Ian. It's open for
What's
all,
that film?
man.
What's that film?
This is
What's
literal.
that? What's that? No, it's not. Don't be so stupid. What's that film? It's one of the most beautiful films of all time, with David Niven, where he goes up a stairway to heaven.
Oh, I know this.
Do you know it, Ken?
A Matter of Life or Death.
Oh, Matter of Life and Death.
And Death or Death.
Or Death.
And Death.
That is some film. You ever seen it, Ken? It's a great
Never
film.
seen it, Ian.
He's a
Never
pilot.
seen- You know the best Christian film I ever saw? The
Jesus
Passion
Christ
of the
Superstar.
Christ. The Passion of the Christ. Try and look at that, Ian.
Was that any good?
Passion of the
Is
Christ.
that the one with David Bowie in as Pontius Pilate?
No, what's the guy who was Braveheart? What's his name?
The anti-Semite, Mel Brooks, Mel Gibson. I'm thinking of The Last Temptation of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one
Ian,
with David Bowie as Pontius Pilate.
Try and watch that, Ian.
Do you know what?
Look at that.
I've got that if you want to borrow it.
Do you know what? I wouldn't mind borrowing it. Yes, it's sort of on the long list.
It's a well-made film. You won't enjoy it. You're not
No.
supposed to enjoy it, but it's a very powerful film.
I would like to watch that. Ken, thank you for the film recommendation. I'm
God
going to watch
bless
it.
you both now. God bless you.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much. Tutty bye. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. I do want to see David Bowie playing Pontius Pilate, though.
Oh, was a.
Was who was Pontius
The
Pilate?
one that
Was he
washed his hands, didn't make the decision.
Oh, really?
Threw it open to the people.
I'm not going to decide. Do you want Jesus to be crucified?
Or should I do Barabbas?
Or should I let him go? It is up to you.
I'm washing my hands in
It's
a
like
sexy
when,
way because I'm a freaky old...
It's like when he did a tour, I think it was the Sound and Vision tour, where there was a phone vote. People could phone in and vote what songs they wanted to hear. So it's exactly the same as that, except it didn't involve the life of Christ. But, of course, everybody, I remember this, everybody phoned in and voted for Teeny Tiny Gnome. What's it called?
Laughing Gnome.
Laughing Gnome. Have you heard that song?
Yeah.
It's a great song. Oh, come on. You're joking, yeah?
He was joking, wasn't he?
It's a great song.
Ha, ha, ha. He. Wazza.
Here we go. This is a great song, man. This is one of the... although I did hear... I couldn't listen to you last night. Your voice is great. No, I couldn't listen because, I was not very well at all, but I did listen to another station and they played Space Oddity.
Good story, bro.
No, but I can't listen when I'm not in. You did a brilliant job from what I saw on Twitter, what people were saying. But I listened to Space Oddity. Oh, don't take it as a thing.
It's not.
Are you taking it as a thing?
I'm joking.
Okay, because I can't listen to the show when I'm not in. Oh God, there's a thing.
There isn't a thing.
I've created a vibe.
No, you haven't.
I was in such a weird headspace. Well, you saw me. I came upstairs and burst into tears and said I have to go home. So I was in a weird headspace last night. Jeez, it was weird. But I listened to Space Oddity. That's a song. Is that which is the one with Major Tom?
Mm-hmm.
That is a song, isn't it?
Yeah,
that is a song. And do you know the main instrument in the solo?
A theremin.
Stylophone.
Oh,
here we go. Here we go. And maybe there was some of that going on in the studio as well. This is great, isn't it?
I was walking down the high street.
Hang on a minute, I know a better version.
When I heard footsteps behind me, and there was...
I know a better version. I wonder if it's on YouTube. Oh, where is it? I might have to buy it. I feel bad that have I said something?
No, you haven't.
Have I done a thing?
No, you haven't.
You did take it personally?
No, I haven't.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Listen, I know what you were like yesterday. Flipping heck.
I was in a state yesterday. I don't know. Neil's... I want to find the best version of the Laughing Gnome. Right, it's not there. Where the heck? Guys. Here we go. 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 Oh. Maybe he didn't do a version of it. I thought Neil on his Heavy Concept album did. Do you remember this? You ever hear the album, Neil's Heavy Concept album?
I know he did Hole in My Shoe.
Listen to this. This is great.
Hello, vegetables. This is Neil here, right? Look, I don't want to spoil the whole record for you, right, before it's even begun.
This is such a great
album.
album.
I just wanted to say that the whole thing was quite a lot of hassle to make, right? And it didn't turn out like I expected it at all. I mean, for a start, there's just much too much technology and commercial stuff on it, right? And it's far... Oh no, here we go.
Hello, Shoes. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to stand on you again. Ugh.
Oh, wow. I mean, it's great, isn't it? This is number one, I think.
I love this song.
I looked in the sky where an elephant's eye was looking at me.
And on and on it goes.
I had that on a cassette that I'd recorded off the radio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had the whole album, and it's a very sweary album on a warped vinyl. So it kind of... Here we go. Listen to this. Got to be careful because there might be swears in this. I haven't heard it for 35 years.
Oh no, the plug hole's bunged up with cornflakes. I wonder why they don't make wholemeal corn.
Oh, I know this. This is a great song. Let me just indulge me, guys. We're going off on a tangent. This bit might have swears in it.
It doesn't change much, does it?
Might have.
Peanut butter coming.
There we go. This is a great song. Hang on a minute. Bear with us, dear listener. We'll start the show properly in a minute. Busy show tonight. Busy show. 0344 499 1000. Oh, this and... God, I used to love this. I used to love this as a kid. Get to the beginning. Here we go. This is a great song.
Standing on a golf course, dressed in PVC, I chanced upon a golf girl selling cups of tea. She asked me, did I want one? Asked me with a grin, for threepence you can have one, full right to the brim. So of course
I had to have one. In fact, I ordered 3.
So I could watch the golf girl and see she fancied me.
Her name was Pat. Wow. And we sat
under a tree. She kissed me.
Well, she said she would if I went away again really quickly.
Isn't this great, man? When I was 12, I wrote the lyrics to this song down.
She asked me, did I want one? She hadn't got all day, and she would call a policeman if I didn't go away. So of course I had to have one. In fact, I ordered 3, so I could watch the golf girl and see she fancied me. And later on the golf course, after drinking tea, it started raining golf balls, and she protected me. Her name was Pat, yeah, and we sat under a tree. She kissed me. We go for walks in the fine weather, in the all together.
Hey, I just had a really great idea. Why don't we take off all our clothes and jump in the sand pits? Oh, come on.
Etc, etc, etc. I'm going to have to order the Heavy Concept album, man. 0344, James is saying you should play the B-side to Hole in My Shoe, Hurdy-Gurdy Mushroom Man. That's a Hurdy-Gurdy Mushroom Man has locked me in a frying pan. Can't remember the rest of it, but it's some tune. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. So a couple of days ago, before, when I was in, we found some cassettes. Do you want to explain these cassettes, Katarina boy?
Yeah, they've been addressed not to us, so we didn't open them.
No,
they were
we
just
didn't
left on
open
the
them.
table.
Yes.
And if you leave them on the table, then I think you'll find
It's anyone's business.
all property is theft and that. So, yeah. This is for Harriet Minter, who is from the Badass Women's XL.
Badass XL women.
And she seems to have discarded them.
Yeah.
I'm sure she won't mind us
There's
having a listen.
now there is a sealed one that we didn't open to Howard Hughes.
For Mr. Howard Hughes. But he's not opened that yet, and he's certainly not left it on the table.
Howard is probably the only other presenter on this radio station that has ready access to a cassette deck.
Harriet Minter is quite a lot younger than us, so I bet she opened this and was puzzled as to what it was.
What is this ancient? They might have just sent us some runes or something, the I Ching. So we've got two.
She looked at it for a bit, gave it a sniff, and then left it on the table.
One is dated the 5th of November, one is the 8th of November. We're going to go in with the 5th of November. Now, I've literally got no idea what this is, so this could be filth. Right. I've brought my cassette. It's actually my boy's cassette deck. This is how cool. Oh, I press record. There we go. I'm really nervous about this. This could be a man, masturbating over the dead body of a cat. Could be anything. Or it might just be a nice message from a nutjob.
Oh no, this does not sound good. Are we opening the gates of hell?
This is Ring, isn't it?
Is this Jumanji 3?
Jumanji 3?
Well, they've done Jumanji 2.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they have. Welcome to the jungle.
That's not Jumanji 2.
Kind of
it's
is.
It's a reboot.
It's not a reboot.
It's not
a different film. I think it's better than Jumanji.
Oh, Jumanji's too slow, but Jumanji is
Jumanji
brilliant.
2, Welcome to the Jungle.
It's not called Jumanji 2.
Jumanji 3, Welcome to some kind of weird...
Hell, here we go. Jesus!
No.
Oh, Kath! I'm actually scared.
Yeah, we're going to get entered by something.
So what we're going to do, we need a run up to this. We're going to have a break. I'm standing up. I'm nervous. We're going to run up to it. We're going to have a break, and then we're going to come back. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
OK. We got a cassette. We're going to rewind it back to the beginning. We're going to play it. No idea what's on here. But the first seconds sounded horrendous. So what we're going to do. We're going to create a vibe, Catherine.
Oh, no, I don't think I can stand
We're
vibe.
going to turn the studio lights off. This is it. This is it. Sam, I'd like you to join us. Could you turn that light off out there, please, and sit in darkness? Thank you very much indeed.
Oh, God.
Here we go. And just hover over that dumb button, just in case. I've got a feeling it's going to be someone knocking one out. Here we go. Sent into one of the presenters of the Badass XL. Might have been an F-bomb there.
Or was it but?
I don't know.
It's
I'm struggling to listen. If it
I
could...
know that cassette technology wasn't without its flaws, but
The thing is, if he did a swear, no one can understand it. I'm erring on the side of caution.
I gleaned from that was he was trying to teach himself Welsh. Did you hear that?
No, I've not made out anything. All right, this is the game then. What did you hear, Sam?
I heard something. I thought he said he's calling himself Peach or Peaches or something like that. That's what I heard.
All right, we're going to play it. If I think I'm going to err on the side of caution of swear words, because it's what I have to do. So I think I hear. Although my youngest today. So, Daddy, is shit a swear word? 6-year-old. I've got a recording of him saying it, and I just started laughing and went, "Oh!"
Wow, incorrect response, Dad.
I know, I was so shocked by baby. And I said, after I got him to say it again so I could record it and send it to all my friends, I said, yeah, it is. It means poo. It's kind of up there. It's sub F. It's not as strong as the F, but it's a close relative to it. I would say it's probably a 7 out of 10. And then I slapped his legs, just so that he won't be using that again. But here's the thing: my boys are getting these swear words from the same guy, right? So from the same kid. Stop that. So this kid's got all the power. He's taught them F, S, and crap. Right? How wrong would it be for me to give my boys the C word?
Very.
Why?
Because you're not just firing it back at that particular child who appears to be exploring the world of swears at the moment. Maybe with his parents' backup, I would suggest that...
His parents are quite posh. A lovely family.
Posh people swear. Posh people swear.
But he's got all the power. And I just want my boys to have the power just for one day.
Yeah, but you give them that C-bomb and that is a...
Yeah, it's nuclear.
That's a cluster bomb. That's going to bounce all over the class.
This kid's running around with a pistol. Right? I want to give my boys the A-bomb or the C-bomb. I want to give them something. I want them to go nuclear. Because also as well, here's the thing, right? I give them the C. You can't go any higher than that. You've got MF. You can't go any higher than C. So they end the debate. Listen, 4 letters. It's
Ian,
4 letters.
At this point, you've got the moral high ground, right? Because you're just dealing with... I mean, you're not teaching your kids these swears. No. They're coming from that boy over there.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the problem boy there.
Yeah.
You're just dealing with it. But, the effect is the same. You're getting to educate them, right? You don't want to be arming your kids with the C-bomb because you don't want your kid to be the C-bomb kid.
Well, no, here's the thing. They're getting the swear words from a kid that's out of the school. So they're then coming into the school. They're the ones...
Contamination.
They're the ones bringing the F and the S into the school. My boy's already bringing the F and S into the school. So, okay, all right. Well, how about this as a compromise? I write down 4 squares of paper. I write down T, C, N, U. And I say, right.
N?
Sorry?
N?
T, U, yeah.
Oh, right, sorry.
I'm not going to give them the N word.
I thought you were going to do a completely different thing
No.
there.
So give them the anagram of the C word and say, right, guys, here are 4 letters, right? These 4 letters... It's an incantation. It's a spell. It's the most powerful swear word, most powerful word in any language, right? These 4 letters. I can't tell you what the word is, but if you make the anagram, because then it's educational as well. Then they're learning about language, about word structure. It's educational. I take your advice on board, thank you. And I think tomorrow, you're right, I agree with you. Tomorrow I am going to tell them the C word. So thank you for that, Catherine.
Don't you dare put my name on that. I'm not signing up.
I appreciate your feedback, and you're right. I will give them that word. So thank you for that.
I don't think you understand my feedback.
Thank you very much indeed. I'm going to give them the C word from you. Right, onwards with the tape. Here's the game, okay? Can you work out what this guy is saying? 0344 499 1000. Sit back, relax, go off on a trip.
Too much practice, too carried away with.
I heard him say, my first step is... Look at them in little... who's the fellow, the code breaker? Alan Turing over there. Look, Alan Turing with his headphones on. You getting anything, Sam? You're younger than us. Your ears are better than ours.
I thought I heard the word teabag at some point. That's all I can take from that.
All right, let's carry on. Here we go.
Yeah.
You getting
He's
something?
talking about pronouncing English very well. He's talking about learning Welsh.
Oh, what a boring man. All right, let's fast forward a little bit. Let's see. Let's go forward. This is genuinely the most exciting thing of it. It's like it's a tape from the dead. Discipline. Did he say
somehow?
I thought he said discipline and subplay. So he's talking about... Maybe we're projecting our own desires onto this guy.
Isn't that funny, right? You're hearing that.
Yeah.
I'm hearing someone trying to learn a foreign language. He's hearing teabagging. I think it is something that's speaking to different parts of each person who hears it.
This guy has mastered the art of saying nothing so that the hearer hears hears their own... So whatever you hear is your own sexual desire.
Apparently I'm up for a bit of Welsh.
He's up for teabagging and I'm up for a bit of subdom. Here we go. Yeah?
I heard hard.
Okay,
Medical records.
All right, let's see if there's anything on the other side. If not, we'll go on to his second tape where he might have learnt how to...
This is like Laurel Yanny, but a whole conversation.
Simon, my friend Simon sent me some lyrics to do with Yoni.
Sonny says...
Here she comes now, singing Yoni, Yoni.
Laurel, why would she sing that? Sonny's saying, no idea what's being said on the tape, but my eyes have started bleeding. This is normal, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, so this is the second tape. This was recorded a few days later. Maybe he's learned how to use a microphone. Great music, by the way. Great music.
Uh-oh.
I'll forget it in the right way. Yeah. For Harriet Minter.
Uh-oh.
Hi.
Right, it won't. For some reason, it won't let me keep the play button pressed down.
And that one you can actually hear.
Yeah. So let me just make sure. Right. So there's something funny going on with that tape. He's taken the tab out. Good lad. He knows what he's doing.
You're not recording over that.
No. Okay. Well, let's just. Not funny. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to just keep my finger pressed down.
Yeah.
Hi, Harriet. To be honest, I have put a bit of time into putting a backing track to this, but on balance, I just thought there's just no point. The other side of that is, I went to the library, I set off sometime after 9:30, got there about 10, the idea was to...
See, I'm hearing him talk about sub-dom again.
You know, just have a quick look around at this producer, Phil, that I said, oh, yeah, why don't you go and learn the Welsh variation of the alphabet,
You're right.
Off him. And, yeah, I mean, I'm sure exactly what I've said would hold on that. That's not a problem, but the thing is, it's now coming up to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And here I am on the nth take, because I keep overrunning.
He's doing multiple takes because he keeps overrunning. This is a C90.
Is he talking about recording something else, though? Not this, surely.
I think it looks like a C90.
I'm not sure we should be listening to this.
I don't tracks that I know the length of, but they've got vocals around and...
Right, so it's the backing music he keeps overrunning. Okay, it's the backing music.
Found some old stuff that I did, but it gets so far and then isn't anything to boast about. And I just thought, actually, time on this one to just do straight to mic. Just go live.
Just go for it. Just go for it. Do it.
So, I don't suppose you'll have heard an owl talking to its young, and I do consider it talking because the range of expressions I heard was, it was definitely sentient communication. It wasn't animal cries of warning.
So he's talking to creatures. This guy's gifted. He's an empath.
There was reassurance. There was quite a lot in there. And, you know, part of why I heard that is because I don't stop and ask for directions. Because I don't ask for help. And, the other side of that is, of course, I pile in saying, oh, I know who you are, yeah, you were outside that day, and you probably were, but I don't think you were the person that I wasn't sure whether they were flirting with me or not. To be honest, I don't think you were her. The reason is because I was having a look to see who Phil was, looking for titles, because they often put the titles big on the books.
They do that,
because I do like to snap up first editions in charity shops and second-hand bookshops if I can find them. So I thought I'd sort of find out who he was. I didn't, actually, in all fairness. There are a series of books written by a chap called Phil Pembroke, which are novels, but apparently he's written 2, and there are at least 6 or 7 of those, so that can't be him. And the Phil Wilde that I did find is a Belgian producer, and there's no mention of him speaking fluent Welsh, so I kind of gave up on that. I did think there might be a picture of him on the James Whale site, but there wasn't. There was, however, a picture of you, which is why I'm sort of sitting here now going, just as well I didn't really buy that ticket, just as well my circumstances had changed. Because I would have walked up to completely the wrong person and said, hi, Harriet. It would have been even potentially even embarrassing had you been there to say, excuse me, I'm Harriet. However, none of that changes the fact that I enjoyed the show. There's real chemistry there.
It's a good show. It's a great show.
I've done various bits and bats at times which have involved working on my own. And in all fairness, I found when I did that... I'm sort of one of those people that works with the radio, and I quite enjoyed the BBC's Women's Hour. I was reassured, actually, I think one of the presenters kind of said the thing that we get with new people on the show, particularly new staff, they're often amazed at how many men actually listen.
I listen to Women's Hour, it's a good show.
And it is just one of those. I mean, particularly if you end up in a male sector, there's like 700 people in the workplace and actually 633 of them are men. Or maybe it's a workplace that it's a male department or a male function or whatever. But they seem to be the kind of jobs that even agencies kind of look at me and go, oh yeah, you look like you can lift, and you look like you can carry, and you look like you can do it without breaking any nails. And I can't do it without breaking nails. Actually, it's one of the things that annoys me a bit is the number of nails that I break.
I mean, He sounds like a really nice guy. Sounds like a cool dude. Is it pre-recorded? We'll go to.
I think I understand why she hasn't taken those home.
I'm going to start sending you tapes like this.
All right, and I'll play them on the radio.
Oh. What a man of mystery. There's no letter, as far as we can tell. There's nothing. We'll play a bit more of that later on, maybe after midnight. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The wild man of late night radio, Iain Lee.
Differently interesting nocturnal emissions from a legend of late night radio. On air and off the leash.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Oh, 344 499 1000 is the telephone number. You know, on this show, I'm an old head, and we like talking about old music, and we've had some great, guests, some musical guests. Mike Love of the Beach Boys. Do you remember when I made Mike Love blush? There's a brilliant bit in chapter 3 of his book. Like, the first paragraph is about how Dennis Wilson taught him cunnilingus, and I asked him if that was true, and he blushed. So we've had Mike Love, and we've had Mike Nesmith. All the Mikes have been on. So I can't see... And also, I'm an old man, and I like reading rock biographies. I kind of feel like I've read them all. But every now and then, one sneaks out, and you go, oh, that looks good. I'll have me a piece of that. Now, I've got to confess, I've not read this book yet. I've flicked through it, but I read some amazing reviews of it. And it's a blind spot in my musical knowledge. The book is called Bring It On Home, Peter Grant, Led Zeppelin and Beyond, the story of rock's greatest manager. It's by Mark Blake. I've just tweeted a link for it. You can get it on Amazon, of course, and all the usual places, but I'm trying to tweet other smaller bookshops. Big Green Bookshop is my bookshop of choice. So if you click on that link, you can get it. I'm going to say this, guys. If you've got a boring old man like me, this is a great Christmas present. This is a great Christmas present. I'm thrilled to say we've got Mark on the line. Good evening, Mark.
Hello, Ian.
How you doing, man? You all right?
I'm good.
Now, listen, Led Zeppelin is one of my... is kind of my blind spot in rock and roll.
Oh, dear.
I know. And I've got you on to educate me on what... No, here's the thing. I've never heard... You're going to hang up on this. I've never heard Stairway to Heaven.
No, it goes on a bit.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to play it tonight and listen to it for the first time ever on the show. So we'll see how we get on.
Okay.
Am I going to like it?
It's good. Yeah, the solo's good. It gets going. Give it time.
Tell me about Peter Grant. So Peter Grant is, from what little I know so far. And by the way, I've only not read this book because I got it a bit late, and I'm behind the books. It's getting read. Trust me, this is getting read.
Okay.
He's Peter Grant was the manager, and is he kind of in the school of Don Arden, that aggressive, the manager from Spinal Tap carrying the cricket bat around. Is he that kind of guy?
Well, he worked for Don Arden.
Right.
He used to drive Don's daughter, Sharon Osbourne, to school.
Oh, did he?
Yes, that was one of his first jobs. He worked for Don, but what he did differently from Don is that Don thought the artist worked for him, and Peter believed he worked for the artist. And if he looked after Led Zeppelin, we'd all make money. That was his policy, and at the time that was quite unusual. Managers treated their artists quite badly, and he didn't. And of course, he got very rich as a result of that. But he certainly brought that intimidation to what he did with Zeppelin.
And so for those who don't know, Don Arden was... who did Don Arden manage? It wasn't the Bee Gees, no.
Slade, wasn't it?
It was the Small Faces, and he used to bring over all the first rock and rollers, Chuck Berry and Little Vincent, all
and
those.
Famously, maybe apocryphal, famously dangled someone out of a window by their legs.
Well, Peter supposedly had a hand on one of those ankles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was Robert Stigwood who did manage the Bee Gees.
Right, that's it. I knew there was a Bee Gees connection.
Yeah,
right.
We got there. But it was him that, Peter always said he was one of the guys holding on to one of those ankles. So those stories followed him around the industry. We never knew if they're true or not, but people wanted to believe. So they were always worried that, they could be you are dangling.
Well, that's a good. I mean, that's a good reputation to have when you're rocking up at venues, and they're very cutthroat business in terms of people hiding money, lying about money, lying about ticket sales. Yeah. When you've got the reputation of someone who's going to chuck you out of a window, I guess that makes things a lot easier for you.
It did, especially in the 60s and the late 60s and early 70s, when it was a cash business. So, if Led Zeppelin were getting paid £1 million for a show at Nebworth in 1979, there was, 20 grand in cash in 5 bags backstage, one for 4 for the band and 1 for Peter. So, you've got to have some muscle around you. And he had his guys there with shotguns, just in case something went wrong. So, but now that would never happen. You know, if you paid £1 million, it's straight into the bank account. Not in those days.
So he worked with Don. How did he hook up with Don? And when did he decide he fancied a bit of the management himself and go off and do it?
Well, he hooked up with Don when his first daughter was about. His daughter was about to be born, and realised he needed a proper job, because before that he was driving. He was a cab driver. He was driving bands around in a minibus, and Don had seen him when he was driving groups around and realised he was quite reliable. We should say, because Peter was 6'3" and pushing 20 stone, so obviously he a big lad, and he looked the part. And I think it was around sort of 63 he started working properly for Don, as Don's muscle, really, and driving Don's acts around, which included sort of Gene Vincent, Chuck Berry, all those guys. Wow. These are the guys he was bringing over. And he learned from Don. Then he worked in the office and became an agent for Don. But originally he was Don's bag man, collecting money, collecting Sharon Osbourne from school, and slapping people around if they needed it, I think.
And it did get physical. There were fisticuffs.
There were later on, yeah, there were. Probably not as much as people thought there was, but there was on occasions, and definitely later on with Led Zeppelin. But I think it was implied violence. There was always a threat. Verbal violence was the phrase that he used. And as I said before, his appearance and the way he conducted himself made people wary of putting themselves in a position where they were going to get a slap.
So how did he hook up with Led Zeppelin? How did that relationship start?
Well, he started managing a group called the Yardbirds in the late 60s, which Jimmy Page, later of Led Zeppelin, was the guitarist. And when that band sort of fell apart, he decided to stick with Jimmy Page, and he was absolutely devoted to Jimmy Page. And this seemed to be almost father-son relationship. Yeah. But he spotted the talent and stayed with the talent, and then Jimmy Page and Peter put Led Zeppelin together. They found the other 3 guys. And it was their project, it was very much Jimmy's project, and Peter was the guy that went into the boardroom and made it all happen.
Isn't that funny? The thought of I've got Jimmy Page, obviously an incredible guitarist and a huge session man, as well as playing in various groups. Would rock up in the studio and go and lay down a guitar lick. Although never suggest to Dave Davis of the Kinks that it's Jimmy Page on "You Really Got Me." Dave gets furious.
He doesn't like that, does he?
Dave gets furious. I love following Dave Davis on Twitter, because one moment he'll be I don't forget there was a day where in the morning he was tweeting about how he can't get underpants to fit him, and then in the afternoon he retweeted an interview with Ray Davis, the Sound of the Kinks. Yeah. I will have you know, me and my brother started the Kinks together. We are 50-50 in the sound. I love Dave Davis. He's he's just brilliant to follow on Twitter. Yeah, but don't mention Jimmy Page to him, because he gets furious. Yeah. But I say it's great, unusual for a manager to not have a group, but to have someone he recognises as a talent and is prepared to back them and help them find the group. That seems pretty strange.
Yeah, it was quite unusual for the time. Yes, definitely. But that was how he worked, and I mean, he did go on and manage other people later on. But I think managing Led Zeppelin was a full-time job, really, and trying to expand his portfolio sort of did for him in the end, because it was just too much.
Who else did he got?
He had Bad Company for a while, who were very big. But he had to turn down Queen. They came to him for management. He didn't have time. I mean, just dealing with Led Zeppelin in the 70s would drive anyone over the brink. So, you wouldn't leave any room for anybody else.
Well, it wouldn't. And also, I mean, Bad Company compared to Led Zeppelin, it's a bit, okay, all right, guys.
Yeah, they're a bit,
Yeah, I mean, how hands-on was he? Was he out on the road with them the whole time?
Yes, he was, which was unusual for a manager. I mean, you never got Don Arden or Robert Stigwood doing this. That was considered very unusual. Especially, and this was something that he felt was necessary, especially in America, because it was, as I said earlier, it really was the Wild West out there. You know, a promoter would say, well, you've only pulled 500 people in tonight. We're not, so you're supposed to get 1,000, so we're not paying you. And Peter was very, very good at getting money. That was his thing. He always got his acts paid. And obviously having him around with the band meant that nobody was going to cross them.
Now, obviously, Led Zeppelin, famously druggy, ever so slightly. Was he involved in that, or was he? I mean, was he taking shed loads of drugs with those guys, or was he the straight one that was, ushering them onto the tour bus and making sure they rocked up?
Well, a couple of them in Led Zeppelin were relatively straight, and a couple of them really weren't. And
right.
one of them really, really wasn't. And Peter succumbed himself. I mean, by about 1975, all of them were just the whole thing was cocaine fueled.
Yeah.
And Peter, by that time, had bought himself a moated mansion, 15th century mansion in Sussex.
I love it.
With a working drawbridge.
Of course it did. There's no point in buying a moated mansion if it's not good. This is great. Whenever you see any documentaries about rock stars in the 70s, the state of their houses, just these ridiculous castles they would buy.
It wasn't quite a castle, but it did have the moat and a working drawbridge. And if he didn't recognise the registration number on any car that came up, he wouldn't put the drawbridge down. He sat in his bedroom, which was larger than my house probably.
Yeah.
And with a mountain of cocaine, and that really did become his life for a while. You know, I should add he did have a son and daughter who were very honest about a lot of this when I spoke to them for the book. But that was that side to his life.
And also, I'm kind of laughing at it. Listen, I had a massive cocaine problem, and there is no lonelier drug than cocaine.
Yes.
You know, it sounds fun. He's in a mansion with a mountain of cocaine.
So
I bet that was
yes.
but I bet that was hideous, and I bet he never left that room. You know, that huge house, and I bet he stayed in the corner of that room just shoveling coke up his nose.
Well, he was a big four-poster bed, and he had a CCTV, so he could see everything that was going on around the grounds. And he had a Playboy bunny that moved in with him.
Oh, right.
Around about the late 70s. So there was something else to do as well, you know, when the coke ran out.
Yeah, well, exactly, yeah. I mean, Ian, so he enjoyed himself.
He did.
Listen, because, like I say, Led Zeppelin is kind of my blind spot when it comes to pop and rock. I'm going to ask you a really dumb question, but there may be some relevance to this. Why did they run out of steam? What happened to them to cause them to... Was it punk? There was something that stopped them being huge and...
I think they were so big they couldn't get any bigger. Right. And I think this is a point Peter Grant himself made. By 1975, he said to them, "There's nothing else I can do. How many more nights at Earl's Court or, Madison Square Gardens?" But by that time, there were hard drugs in the band. There was a heroin problem within the band, and I think all groups have a shelf life. They do. All of them do. Yeah. You can't put a time, and you can't say it's 5 years or 10 years. And they'd been together. They lasted for just over 10 years before the drummer died. But I think perhaps you could say they were running out of steam towards the end. But I think it was a combination of cocaine and money and power. The amount of money they generated made them incredibly powerful, and that upset people within the industry, particularly, and Peter was in the firing line for this. A lot of people wanted a piece of his business and wanted a piece of Led Zeppelin because it was a multi-million-pound business. Yeah. And I think all of that certainly started to chip away at Peter. His marriage broke up, and after John Bonham, the drummer, died, that was it. He almost said, well, that's it, I'm done now. And, you know, the final few years of his life were very sober and just him sort of pottering around Eastbourne. He'd moved to Eastbourne and just lived a quiet life, completely the opposite of what he'd had before.
Isn't that funny? Because I've been to Eastbourne and it's, you know...
It's a retirement town.
It's a great place, but, yeah, it's completely different from playing at Madison Square Garden with one of the biggest rock and roll bands. It's literally the opposite end of the world. How did he... So he got clean and sober, did he? And
yes.
Looked after himself, which is great to hear. But how did he... Did he enjoy the quiet life in Eastbourne?
Yes, he did. I mean, he had grandchildren by then. I think the truth is with Peter, he was a generation older than Led Zeppelin. So he was born in 1935, so he's 10, 11 years older than the members of the band. And I think deep down there was a sort of quite a sedate English gentleman in there somewhere. I mean, he had a very impoverished childhood and a tough upbringing. But I think he was, deep down, was quite traditionalist. And this is what his family would say to me. He said that despite all the madness, underneath it all, there was quite an ordinary guy waiting to come back out again. And that's sort of the guy that came back out. And he died when he was 60. He died relatively young.
Yeah.
Because I think the lifestyle had caught up with him. But that was it. His last few years were spent babysitting and watching Lovejoy and EastEnders on TV.
Oh, no, the poor bugger.
Guns N' Roses' his manager once phoned up looking for advice in the early 90s because Axl Rose was completely out of control.
Yeah.
And he had to call back later when EastEnders had finished.
Oh, mate, isn't that great?
And that's the way to go.
Yeah.
There's dignity there.
Yeah.
There's a certain dignity.
Quite often with a lot of these bands, there was always some shadiness, some kind of, I don't want to say mafia, but...
there was plenty.
Was that stuff going on with them?
Oh, there's loads in the book. Loads like that.
Oh,
yeah.
Brilliant. It gets dirty.
About halfway in. Yeah, past the picture section, that's all the mafia stuff.
I didn't realise this. You wrote Pretend You're in a War, a book about the Who, didn't you? Which I've got, and I've got a big pile of books to read. I've got that, and I've not. Again, that's another one of your books I've not read.
No, thanks.
Yeah. No, I know. I'll get round to it. I may find I don't like either of them, and we'll have to get you on again and tell you off, Mark. But how does? Because I always. I'm a big Who fan, and I always kind of feel that Led Zeppelin stole the Who's thunder a bit, kind of about 70, 71. That the Who never quite got as great as they could have been. You know, they had some great albums. Tommy, I think, probably scuppered them more than it helped them. But, you know, Who's Next? And my favourite Who album is Who by Numbers.
I love Who by Numbers.
What a quiet love.
Two of us. We're the only two people in the world that like that record. I don't talk to anyone else that likes that.
Blue, Red and Grey. How many friends have I really got?
Oh, it's brilliant. However much I booze.
Oh, it's great. But they kind of... The Who seemed to bottle it a little bit in about 70, 71 and let Led Zeppelin take up. Yeah. I do think so. Yeah, I do think so.
Well, they didn't have Peter Grant managing them, you see. Their management started to fall apart around 71, 77. But the Who were a bit weird. They were a bit edgy, a bit strange.
Yeah.
I think Zeppelin, you had Robert Plant and Jimmy Page, sort of, they looked good together, didn't they? That was the sort of a Keith and Mick type guitar hero lead singer thing, where Townsend was always sort of a bit angry and sort of jumping up and down in a boiler suit, wasn't he, and that kind of thing.
Was there rivalry between the two bands, do you think?
I know that Pete Townsend doesn't like Led Zeppelin's music.
Right.
But I don't know if there was rivalry. I did try and goad Roger Daltrey about this once and said, "Look, Robert Plant stole your hair, didn't he?
Yeah, of course.
Stole your look." But he wouldn't take the bait.
Would he not?
No, he was jealous because Robert Plant's taller. Because obviously Roger Daltrey's a smaller gentleman.
Mark, what's next? What's the next project you're working on?
I'm having a lie down.
Shut up! Come on.
I'm having a rest. I'm tired after this.
Go and watch some Lovejoy. I think UK Gold.
And EastEnders. Don't phone. Yeah, mate, don't phone when it's on.
Mate, thank you so much for coming on. The book is Bring It On Home. Peter Grant, Led Zeppelin and Beyond. The story of rock's greatest manager. It's by Mark Blake. Amazon, of course, if you want. But real bookshops have it. The Big Green Bookshop. Mark, thank you so much for coming on, mate. It's really nice to talk to you, mate.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Cheers. What a nice guy. What a great sound. This book is getting read. Don't worry. It's not one of those ones, chuck it on the pub.
That book sounds brilliant.
It's getting read. I'm thinking maybe your dad might like something like that for Christmas as well. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio with Iain and Kath.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee. Unfiltered night talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
So, Stairway to Heaven, we're going to listen to it tonight. How long is it?
Long.
Oh, is
I reckon it's about, I don't know, about 6 minutes. I can check.
6 ain't that long. I've written songs that are an hour.
I mean...
We're going to hear some songs that I wrote later on. I'm putting that off. I don't really want to do that bit. So, it's how I think Stairway to Heaven goes, okay? Opens with the guitar bit. Down, 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 down. No, come on. You've heard it.
Go on.
You've heard it.
Sorry, I just can't help it.
I've not heard it.
All right, go on.
I don't know it. I've heard, snatches of it.
Go on. Just go again. Oh, it's 8 minutes and 2 seconds.
Down, 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 bring. There's a rock by a pool, and she knows it is cool, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. I think the guitar copies the voice. Then they sing again. Buying a stairway to heaven. Then a recorder comes in.
Oh.
Because they loved all the recorders and shit in Led Zeppelin, didn't they? And he always sings, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. Then another verse. Another verse.
What do you think that's about?
Okay. Oh, her hands are quite small, her love is so tall, and she's buying a stairway to heaven.
Are you sure you haven't heard it?
Wouldn't it? Hey, wouldn't it be if I got all the words exactly right? Wouldn't it be incredible?
Very incredible, yeah.
That's right. So I've done about 30 seconds a song. How do they stretch that out? Right, okay. Then I only found this bit a couple of years ago, when I heard it, and I went, oh, what's this? And someone, it's Stairway to Heaven, and I switched it off. So then it goes...
More recorder work there. It really starts noodling. And she's buying a stairway to heaven. That's how I think it goes. Never listened to it before. I'm going to listen to it now. Oh, right, OK.
We're
this
doing
is gonna
it.
Happen. Now, I've known you for, 5-6 years now?
Unfortunately, yes.
And it's been the only thing, really, that's made you different from
No,
me?
it's not. I've only ever seen one episode of Friends, and I've seen that episode twice.
All right.
So I'm still different.
It's one of two
Still
things
unique.
that have made you interesting, that you don't know Stairway to Heaven. So, I mean, this is a considerable sacrifice.
Here we go. This is it. Let's do it. We're in. It's an advert for Philadelphia. Don't quite see the connection. Here we go. It's close. Recorders. Descant. Sounds like a flute. It's a descant.
Sounds like a keyboard. Synth.
I was pretty spot on. Is that? There we go. I did not know it was in Spanish. I did not know it was in Spanish. I didn't know that. Didn't know that. Pretty spot on so far. Stairway to heaven. Flutes, recorders. Oh. Ah! didn't know this bit. He sounds like a woman, doesn't he? Robert Plant.
Pero quiere estar segura porque a veces las palabras tienen doble sentido.
Sentido.
En el árbol por el arroyo hay un pájaro que canta.
It's a bit repetitive. It's a little bit limp, but it's going to rock out. Here comes the rocking bit, I think. Recorders. Way to heaven. They don't repeat the thing. Here we go. Tempo changing. Oh, sexy lady now. This bit's nice. I suppose it makes sense they're singing in Spanish. They were very into mythical. There was a guy on Radio 4 today. You'll never guess his name. You'll never guess his name in a million years.
Was it Peter Pickenose?
No. Don't worry about the surname. First name. You'll never guess it. You think he was an American guy?
Okay, Randy.
I don't know. It was about him doing a charity. I don't know his sexual status.
Bud?
Nope.
Chip?
Nope. It's not an American name.
Oh, okay.
It's an incredible name.
Lucifer?
Nope. No.
Go on then.
Begins with an A.
Aesop?
Nope. Clever. No. It's Greek. Greek name. Yeah, no, but I'm
Aesop.
but I'm saying no, but I'm giving you a clue.
Archimedes?
You're getting close.
Oh. Aristotle?
No.
Athens?
You ready?
Go on.
Agamemnon.
Hey!
What's his name? This is shit, this song. This is lousy.
I don't think this is the best mix of it, to be honest.
Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka. This bit is exactly as I did it, and you know it. Exactly as I did it. Boom, cha. John Bonham on the drums. John Bonham really is one of the greatest drummers of all time. You can't argue that. Listen to this. Listen to the backbeat. Real drumming force. I'm going to play with him. Let me play with him. I'm coming in, Jimmy. Move over. Yeah. I think it's fair to say I'm outplaying Jimmy Page on his own song. Yeah! Well, yes! Oh! Never heard this bit. This is great! What you gonna do with me, baby? What you gonna do? Now she's climbing up a stairway to heaven. Pretend I'm in the Wu-Tang Clan now. Yeah, get up that stairway, B1TCH.
Hey.
Take your panties off. Yeah.
Not cool, man.
Oh, okay, sorry. So, this is the Wu-Tang. I'm just quoting the Wu-Tang if they were here.
Well, they need their mouths washing out.
They do. They do.
And a letter home.
Yes. Yeah, man. I told you. Stairway to heaven. Well, that's the first time I've ever... Let's listen to it again, actually.
No, she's not Spanish. Where's she from? What's the name of that person?
It's Led Zeppelin. It's the lead singer, Robert Page. Robert Page and Jimmy Pant.
Jimmy Pant?
Jimmy Pant and Robert Page. Robert Lepage. Robert Lepage and Jimmy Pants. Live together again. Led Zeppelin are back. I thought that was a little bit meh, to be honest. And I wish I'd never listened to it. But there you go. You've heard me listening to Led Zeppelin singing the Stairway to Heaven song for the first time I've ever heard that in my life. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Late night conversation worth losing sleep over. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000 is the phone number. The Late Night Alternative. Iain Lee, Catherine Boyle, weeknights from 10. Don't forget, if you're listening on the app, the Talk Radio app, or any of the radio player apps, or you can listen on talkradio.co.uk. We also broadcast on DAB, and they just put up a load of new power pylons. What do they call the? It's not statins. What's the thing? The pylons. The pylons.
Antenna.
No.
A pylon.
What do they call the thing where they put the? That's the signal, the radio signal.
Yeah.
Transmitters. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Idiot.
Pylon.
Than as closer than. Yeah, oh, don't do the I've got a sneeze thing so everyone feels sorry for you.
They feel sorry for me anyway.
The fake sneezes. So basically, if you couldn't get us on DAB before, if you go and do a deep retune, not a yoni massage, deep... You fancy a yoni massage? I'll get you one after work.
No thanks.
By the way, if anyone tried the yoni massage, I'd love to see a video of that. No.
So careful what you wish for.
Okay. But basically what I'm saying is, if you got a DAB radio and you couldn't get us before, do a deep retune. You'll go in and do it deep, right? Oh, God. What?
Let's say it without being a pervert.
The thing is, dickhead, I wasn't even being a pervert then.
You are.
No. I was not even being a pervert then.
I think history will disagree.
Oh, history will judge me, and boy, oh boy, I'll be dead. So, but I would say, go and do a deep retune. You might be able to get DAB, or you might be able to get us on DAB on your thing. But although, to be honest, I wouldn't bother until Catherine is fired. Good evening, Stefan.
Hi there.
Hey, Stefan.
Hi, yeah, so I guess you've probably had quite a lot of people on talking about Brexit today.
Yeah.
I'm 24, I'm Scottish, I voted to remain in the last election, and to be honest, not a lot has come up in the last 2 years, which has encouraged me to change my mind. Basically, I just wanted to talk a little bit about how, as you know, part of the younger generation, I feel that a lot of the people who didn't have the chance to vote last time round because they were below the voting age, and also a lot of people who have possibly.
But there were also a lot of young people that did vote to leave. Let's not ignore that.
Well, a lot, but I mean, as someone who comes from Scotland, and we overwhelmingly voted to remain. A lot of my friends, in fact, just about any young person I spoke to was heavily in favour of remaining. I never buy that as a thing, because we tend to, the people that we tend to talk to tend to be of similar, moral and political backgrounds to us. It's unlikely that, a Jeremy Corbyn supporter, for example, is going to be hanging out with neo-Nazis. Well, actually, that's a terrible example because it's possibly true. But yeah, the people, when people say, well, all my friends are the same, well, yeah, because that's why I can't speak. Hang on a second, Stefan. That is why they are our friends. Do you need a deep retune?
I need a deep retune. I need a yoni massage. Are you offering?
No comment.
No. Okay, well, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing, and I don't know how. I don't know. I'm guessing you've not heard this radio show before.
Not at this time, anyway. No.
Well, may God bless you, Stefan, for listening to this nonsense and for picking up the telephone and giving us a call. Let me set the scene a little bit, and then I'm going to let you make your point. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
This show with me and Kath, Monday to Friday, 10 o'clock at night, the late night alternative, is we never really talk about politics, right? We talk about light, frothy stuff. We just had me listening to Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven for the first time. I'm going to read out some song lyrics I wrote as a 19, 20-year-old a little bit later on. So we never really talk about politics. But today, and people can phone in about whatever they want, but Brexit normally gets met with a sigh. But today, I have found, I voted Remain, but I'm not really that bothered either way. Just to set the scene for me. I don't really care. I'm bored by it. I wish they would do one thing or the other, and let's just get it out of the way. I don't really care. But I must admit, the last 24 hours, Stefan, I have found to be absolutely hilarious. Honestly, I've been laughing so much. Esther McVeigh resigned. Thank God.
I'm like, who the hell is she?
Yeah, exactly. I am laughing so much at the government just falling apart and stabbing each other. Not even in the back; they're stabbing each other in the chest,
in the front, looking at each other.
But it's wonderful. Honestly, I'm so amused by just watching them collapse. Those smug, arrogant a-holes on the right and on the left, and in Scotland and in all of them. Just being shown as the tosspots that they are. But go on, what was your point?
Pretty much. Anyway, obviously, as you say, it's not normally a political show, so I'll try to keep it fairly light.
You say whatever you want to say, brother. You've called in, and it's the first time you've called in, and I appreciate that a lot.
Sure. Basically, today it just sums everything up for me. Basically, Theresa May standing up there, in the House of Commons. Number one, we marginally voted for the Conservatives again at the last general election. She didn't get the overwhelming majority that she was hoping for, when she announced that general election. The people who voted for Brexit actually voted for David Cameron to take it through Parliament. Hell knows how that was going to work. But anyway, she's standing up in front of the House of Commons today. She's getting absolutely lambasted left, right and centre from her own party, the Labour Party, SNP. And she's got to try and stand there and say, I have got a better deal for this country than what we currently have. And I just think it's ridiculous. How can you turn around? How can you look yourself in the mirror and say, what we're about to get is better than what we have? I just don't understand that.
She's lying. But do you, Stefan... You've got to respect her stones, haven't you? Because to stand there today...
She's got an impossible job.
But to stand there today in Parliament, right, knowing that loads of your cabinet have quit, that you're a joke, the British press is considering you... Everyone thinks you're a joke, right? And everyone is saying, well, yeah, this ain't going to get voted through. But to stand in Parliament and I've done some pretty brave things in front of audience before. I couldn't do that. Just stand there and go, right, well, I think that this deal that all of you are laughing at, I think it's the best deal. I think it's a great deal. I think we're going to vote it through. There's not a chance in hell it's going to get voted through. But she stood there going, no, it'll be fine. I would have stood there for 30 seconds and gone, do you know what? F the lot of you. And stuck the finger up and walked out. Yeah. So here's the thing, right? She's either insane Or this is my theory, Stefan. I
He
reckon
genuinely believes it's the best deal that we can get.
genuinely believes it's the best deal we can get. Or here's my theory, right? And this is starting to get some traction now. She is a saboteur, right? Because we know that she voted Remain, okay?
Yeah.
That she knows that Brexit is the worst thing that could ever happen to this country. So she is sacrificing her own political career and reputation to screw it up so that it never happens. She's prepared to take a hit and be, politically assassinated to make sure her country.
You're calling her a martyr for the cause.
I think I am, and I think history is going to prove me right, that she is the bravest Prime Minister, the most selfless Prime Minister this country has ever seen. Because no one could be that dumb. No one could be that dumb, could they?
You'd like to think so. $100,000 a year salary, but who knows?
Come on, man, that's nothing. I earned that on a bad year. So why are you listening to this rubbish now at this time of night when you don't normally listen to it? What are you normally doing at 11:45 on a Thursday night?
To be honest, I'm normally playing Xbox or something.
Yes.
Nothing exciting, but I just felt like I had to call in and just say how actually ridiculous it's all getting. Like, I just couldn't sit and watch it anymore and not hold my tongue, basically.
Oh, no, well, I'm glad you picked up. You dialed the right number, definitely. And you're right. It's a process that I've not felt involved with for a couple of years. And today is the first day I've actually felt like, I want to get my hands dirty on this. There's something in it.
Yeah.
What are you playing on Xbox? Is it Red Dead Redemption 2?
It is actually FIFA 19.
Well done.
Very standard.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is so boring, man. It looks great, but it's dull.
I've heard a lot about it. A lot of my friends are actually into Spiral, which is PlayStation, and not really my thing. But
my Sam, who works here, is nodding. I'm a professional streamer, Stefan. You can see me on my Twitch channel where I've got over 40,000 subscribers now, so I make a lot of money from that.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. 40,000 subscribers is not bad. But I don't know what's Spiral. I don't know Spiral.
To be honest, I'm not 100% sure myself.
Good.
I just know that a lot of people at my work are very excited about it, and something to do with it's been on the go for like 20 years or something, and they're reconnecting with their childhood or something. Sounds a bit Brexity to me, but...
Listen, man, I'm glad you called. There are shows throughout. I don't know how much you listen to Talk Radio, but there are shows where you'll get a more intellectual host who could maybe, could box you around a little bit with your argument. But
I'm a big listener of Talk Sport, so...
Well, there you go. You're pushing on an open door here, and I'm not as bright as I like to pretend I am. But I really appreciate you gave us a call, Stefan. Thank you, man.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks.
Cheers, Fan. Bye-bye. There we go. Nice guy. Fair play. He wanted to talk to someone about Brexit, so he phoned up Talk Radio. I'll give him that. I'm not going to knock the fella for that. It's the right number to dial. 0344 499 1000. And he got me on a day when I'm kind of quite happy to talk about Brexit, because it's nuts. It's the most nuts day. I'm loving it. It's the best day of my life. I hope we get Jacob Rees-Mogg as our next Prime Minister.
Don't.
Dear
Don't
God,
even joke, right?
Dear baby Jesus, please can we have Jacob Rees-Mogg as the next Prime Minister, because that would be wicked.
Don't, because I remember thinking, it'd be funny, wouldn't it, if Trump became president? It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
It'd be funny, wouldn't it? And it's not funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny. It's not funny enough.
I'm Jacob Rees-Mogg. He doesn't talk like I'm Jacob Rees-Mogg. He doesn't talk like the Godfather. I'm Jacob Rees-Mogg. I'm Jacob Rees-Mogg. I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to kick your ass, Theresa May. I'm going to vote no confidence. I'm going to come in there and get your seat while it's still warm, because you've done a little far from your bot. Oh, my God. Evening, G.
Evening, boss. Evening, boss set.
Okay.
I'm listening to you for the first time on DAB from Lincolnshire.
Are you listening underwater?
Well, we are about 13 metres below sea level because I live in the dip.
Right.
So I was just wondering, is there anything you can do about the signal here?
Yeah, I can.
Because I hear you exactly the same way you hear me.
I can. I've got all right. If I can get into this, can I get access into this computer, Sam? Can you get me access into the transmitter computer? Yes. Brilliant. Right. Let me get into the transmitter computer.
Okay.
I'm logged in. Right.
Okay.
Right. I'm in. Is that any better?
Hold on. Give me a count.
Hang on a minute. Is that any better?
All
right, hang on a minute. Is that any better? I think it is, Catherine.
So much better.
I think it is. It's Fake Sheila. Good evening, Fake Sheila.
It is Fake Sheila.
Well done. Ah! Only the real Sheila would say it was a fake Sheila. So this is...
No, it's Fake Sheila.
No. You're not... No. The fake Sheila wouldn't admit to being fake Sheila.
This is really Sheely.
This is really Sheely.
Oh, no.
Wearing her Heelys.
Right, so...
With John
I
Peely's.
thought
Yes?
You were talking about a lot of things that I wanted to talk about tonight.
It's the kind of show we are. We talk about a lot of things, and we know that the listener also wishes to discuss those things.
And when we think about what we're going to talk about before the programme, we go, what would really Sheely want to hear?
Yeah, man. So what is the thing you want to hear about?
I was going to say I loved Catherine's show last night, and I kept thinking, I'm going to call. But I didn't.
You
because
never.
It felt like I loved the show, Kath. It felt like it was just a conversation between best friends.
Oh.
And I thought, I'm not going to phone this.
Because you haven't got any friends.
I'm going to... I've got some friends. But I
Sorry,
thought...
that was really rude, but it made me laugh. Go on.
I thought every time I was going to call up, it was lovely. There were lovely people calling Kath, and it was beautiful. I thought, I'm going to call Kath and say hello. But I didn't need to, because there's so many people.
Isn't that a lovely thing to say? And I have to say, I did hear a couple of minutes. I was in such a horrible place last night, and Catherine took me off the ledge, and I came in and I burst into tears and said, I can't do the show. And she went, right, well, let's go for a walk, let's get some fresh air. And at the end of it, I said, I can't do it, I've got to go. And you said, right, I'll go home and I'll do it. So, and you stepped in with less than an hour to spare. So thank you. I said, you're a good friend, and I love you very, very much for that. Thank you. She's the best.
I was waiting to hear you. I'd had a bad day and I was like waiting. Yeah. I've never done that before. I thought it's like 8 o'clock, and I spent 2 hours waiting to hear Iain Lee, and then Kath came on. I thought, that's brilliant.
Yeah, she's the best. She's the best. And here's the thing, man. Here's the thing, right? There is a slim chance that Catherine and I are going to be doing Saturday nights, right? I'm probably not meant to mention this, but I'm going to. There is a very slim chance that we might be doing Saturday nights. Not together, alternating, right? So that I do one Saturday, she does another Saturday, etc., right? And all we need, and I'm saying this because I want this to happen, but all the money has been spent on Matthew Wright's cabs, right? Because he gets cabs everywhere, and it's all the money goes to him. That's actually a true story as well. It's not even a joke.
That's my noise about that.
And what we need is, if we can find a company to sponsor Saturday night shows, then me and Kath get Saturday night. And I'm don't tell my agent this. I've offered to do it for a reduced fee. There's stuff, right? All this stuff I shouldn't be saying on the air. But, so if there are any companies listening, I suspect it's going to be cheaper than you think it is. If there are any companies listening, get in touch with Denny Morris at Talk Radio if you think you might be able to sponsor. And the thing is, if you sponsor the show with me and Kath, let me just say, you would have
Really? I can sponsor you.
Well, you can, but we kind of need... It would need to be like a company or something with money. But if a company sponsored me and Kath, we would get on our knees and we would suck you. We would...
Speak for yourself.
I'll do that bit. We would tweet the hell out of you. We would have pictures with your products. We would mention you in the show.
Have a company, so are you still going to do that?
Sorry?
I've got a company.
Have you?
Yeah.
Sheila, really, Sheila, get in touch with our boss, Denny Morris.
Fake Sheila.
No, you're not fake. You're not. Get in touch with Denny Morris, dear listeners. If you got seriously, this is serious. I'm not doing a thing, and I'll probably get told off for mentioning this. But someone's got to pull their finger out. It might as well be me. If we can find a company,
it's a different company to what you do. That's the difference.
Look, do you work for LBC? That would be wicked. And now, sponsored by LBC, it's the Iain and Kath Show on Talk Radio.
I don't.
Well, it does. Listen, if anyone, I'm not doing this to you, Sheila, but if anyone is listening and thinks, it'll be significantly cheaper than you think it is. I don't know the numbers, but it won't be as much as you think. Get in touch with Denny Morris, our boss, and say, do you know what? Let's chew the fat.
Let's talk turkey.
We'll talk about turkeys. Even though I'm half vegetarian these days, I'll talk turkey.
You're not as vegetarian as me.
Oh, you're half vegetarian? How's that gone? I'd love to hear about that.
I had 2 days, and then I had a little bit of... Well, here's the thing. I'm going to eat meat 3 days a week, and I had some meat today.
I find that odd. Why is it so difficult to not eat meat for, 2 2 days a week.
It's not difficult, but I was a vegetarian for a long time.
Yes, 26 years, I know. I'm a bit weird, aren't I?
She's bored of your vegetarian BS.
Here's the thing, I eat meat every day, and so trying to make a commitment to eat less meat it's just strange to me. And also, I was cooking some food for the boys today, and a little bit of ham in it, but I was really hungry, so I had some of it.
I've been making the vegetarian dinners, right, to bring in, and because I had a lot left over, I've done 3 days without eating meat now, just because I've been eating them. And I feel, I don't know whether it's psychosomatic or what, but I feel better. And it's like, you wash your pan out afterwards, and it all goes with water virtually. There's nothing stuck to the sides, and it feels like that's what's going inside me as well. So I feel cleaner.
Exactly.
I feel cleaner.
I'm not. I used to be vegetarian, but I was like Ian. I was.
Whatever. Who cares?
I ate fish fingers, and I ate them.
I love fish.
Mucky pup. Well, Sheila, we got to go.
Okay, darling. See you soon. Bye.
You were really rude to her then. She might end up being our boss.
She sounded like my mum then at the end. All right, darling, see you soon. Bye. Have a good show. Just ring 3 times when you're on the way, but I won't answer. Rachel, stay there. You're going to be the first caller of the next hour. 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative with Ian and Kath on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Ian Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I've worked out what the tune is. Just worked out what the tune is of that cleansing ritual. Just worked out what the tune is.
Oh.
You got it? Have you got it?
Well, the first bit sounded like Somewhere Out There from American Tail.
What is this?
Sally.
Isn't it? It's that. It's that. Gracie Fields. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. If you want to give us a call. The first 2 hours have flown by the way.
They totally have.
Isn't it? Who is Sam talking to? Is there someone in there with you? Who you just saw you talking to someone? Is there someone down there? Who's down there? He's not.
He's probably talking to his stomach. He's suffering.
He just looked down and was just like talking down there. Go and check. I don't believe him.
You're
with you in a second, Rachel. Someone's under that desk. What is going on with you, boy?
Sam, what are you doing? Dirty boy.
Well, listen, he's young. I'm telling a blind eye. You carry on. It's like that scene in Police Academy of the lectern. Good evening, Rachel.
Hi, Ian.
Hello, Rachel. What have you got for us this wonderful, wonderful evening as our country explodes around us? What would you like to say to the nation?
Well, I just thought, as you've had a few new callers tonight,
yes,
I would join into that party.
Oh, the old
my
new
partner,
yes,
yeah, well, you know,
we're welcome, very welcome.
My partner Jason is just obsessed with your show and literally listens to your podcast, everything live whenever, because he travels quite a lot.
Okay, so you're saying Jason is away from home quite a bit? Is that what you're saying?
Oh no, that's fine. He travels, so he listens. But he likes to listen. It keeps him,
right,
entertained. So my point is,
yes,
he has said, let's liven the show up.
Ooh.
Let's have a sing-song, a bit of Neil Diamond.
Yes, man!
Sweet Caroline.
Get in there! Go for it, Rachel!
Oh no, I don't want to sing on my own.
We'll get you and.
I thought you were gonna play the song for us.
I'm not going to
sing it up a little bit.
What do you mean liven it up a little bit? It's the most lively show we've ever done. You want me to sing? What am I, you monkey or something?
Right, so, no, you're not a monkey, but my partner Jason now wants to sing a little bit of Sweet Caroline with you, though, Ian.
I'm not singing. Hey, listen, first of all, you keep saying he's your partner. I'm suspicious. I think Jason is you, and then you're just going to put on a different voice. Why you can't sing at the same time?
He's here. I promise you he's here. He is here.
Let me hear him talk.
Hello.
Yeah, it's
not the same person.
They're not talking at the same time. It's the same person. He thinks I'm stupid.
Got to get up earlier in the day to trick us.
Let me speak to Rachel, please, Jason.
Rachel is passing over now.
Hello.
It's like Ray Allen and Lord Charles when they do a duet. It sounds like they're doing. You're the same person.
No, we're not. I promise you.
Well, how come you can't talk at the same time?
No. There we go. Yep.
You didn't. If you play that tape back, one of you said something, then the other one said something.
God's sake.
Rachel.
Yes.
Please, could you sing some Neil Diamond for us?
Hold on.
Shut up, Jason.
All right.
I'm falling for it now.
Stop it.
I'm getting sucked into the madness. Rachel, could you please sing?
Are you not a Neil Diamond fan or what?
I am not. I'm going to choose the or what.
Oh, you're not a Neil Diamond.
No, you said, are you not a Neil Diamond fan or what? I'm going for or what. Rachel, liven. This show is as flat as a pancake. So why don't you liven it up by singing us a Neil Diamond song?
A one,
right? Let's get a little bit of background YouTube. Right, you ready?
Yep, go.
Oh, I'm not ready. Not prepared. I thought you were going to.
What was that? Did you just drop your guts?
Oh, Ian, I'm disappointed. I thought you were going to.
I'm disappointed in you, phoning up and blowing off down the phone, dirty woman or man. Rachel, a 1, 2,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's not how the counting works.
They really have livened up this show that they said needed livening up, didn't they? Flipping heck, man.
Spring becomes summer.
Oh.
You ready, Ian?
Yeah, we've been ready for the last 5 minutes. Right, that's Neil Diamond.
Touching hands.
In time with the music if you can.
Oh, I'm trying. Now.
God.
Touching me. Touching me.
Oh, God.
Sweet Caroline. Times that I seem so good.
0344 499 1000.
Every pot finds its lid, doesn't it?
Yay. Why was she pretending, or he pretend? Well, there was the same person. We know that clearly. There was only one person there. Why would you do that? What kind of sick? That's a bit like Anthony Perkins in Psycho, isn't it? He's pretending to be his mum.
Yeah.
Psycho's rubbish. See what's clever about Psycho? What's really clever about Psycho is that the first 30 minutes you think it's all about that woman. Who's, I think she's robbed a bank or something. Wasn't her and her partner robbed a bank and she puts the money in the boot of the car and so you think the whole film's going to be about her.
And she was a big star.
Who was she?
Janet Leigh.
Janet Leigh, that was it. Distant, very
you know who her daughter
relative
is?
Of mine. Yeah, of course I do. Jamie Lee Curtis. Am I right? I'm not wrong.
I was thinking of her other daughter.
Vivian Leigh. I'm not wrong. I know the Lees. And, of course, her first husband, Bruce. Now! And, of course, her second husband, Christopher. Yes!
And, of course, her great-grandson.
Me. Now, so the genius is that the misdirection is you think it's going to be about her, but then she gets, spoiler alert, killed off in about 30 minutes. Then the rest of the film's boring. So there's a guy who thinks dressed up as his mum and kills people. Boring.
It was shocking for those days.
No, it wasn't. Here's the thing. I'm going to say it. Hitchcock's films suck.
I don't really like them.
I did quite like The Birds, actually. Vertigo sucks. North by Northeast sucks. The one that doesn't...
Rear Window?
Sucks. The one that doesn't suck is the remake of Rear Window with Christopher Reeve. I'm joking. That sucks as well. When he was in the wheelchair. After the accident, yeah. No, the one that doesn't suck is Lovely. Lovely. When Van der Valk goes round strangling women in London. That's a late one, 1970, 71. Lovely. Lovely.
It's called Lovely, Lovely.
Is he strangling? No, what's it called? It's called the Eden Project. It's called...
Boston Strangler.
No, that's Tony Curtis. Lovely. What's it called? Oedipus. Centenary. It's set in London. It's called the Vagina Monologue. It's called... I don't know what it's called.
But it's lovely.
Can someone phone in? Phone in and tell me what... Did you type it on the screen? What did you type on the screen? What's going on with you? Driving me. Lucky I'm strapped into this chair. Otherwise, I have to get strapped in now for medical and, strangely enough, legal reasons. If I wasn't strapped in, I'd be out there.
He's literally had a restraining order.
Yeah, on myself. I watched a film that gets 7.6 on IMDb, and I'm watching it thinking, nah, this ain't a 7.6.
Oh, really? What was that?
Upgrade. So, it was like Knight Rider, but without a car. Sorry?
Right. Okay.
What are you laughing at that? Why are you laughing at that bit?
Knight Rider without a car.
Right, hang on a second. You're laughing at that. You've not seen it, and I'm going to blow your mind. But yeah, it's like Knight Rider without a car.
I'm imagining Knight Rider without a car, and it's just Michael Knight being reconstructed and strutting about.
Okay. Spoiler alert, guys. I'm going to tell you what happens in Upgrade now, just because I need to destroy Catherine Boyle. Give me some other things that happen in Knight Rider with the car.
Stunts, wicked stunts.
Okay. And when he's away from the car, what happens?
You can press a button and the car comes for him.
Okay. But
he's got a watch like yours that you can.
Yeah. And what happens with that watch? Look out, Michael! There are two men in the room behind you.
Oh right.
They've got guns, Michael.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So now take the car out, but you still get those messages.
Who's talking to him then? Not the car.
No,
so no one's talking.
No,
he's just got a watch.
The microchip that's
a crap
inserted.
Watch.
My watch is not crap.
Well,
you take that back now.
Where is it?
It's there. That watch is a Casio calculator, water-resistant alarm chrono. That's a flipping... You're not touching it.
It looks like you've got to have a cracker. Don't mouth F off to me. That's really very rude.
I'm not mouthing F off. I'm mouthing the full words.
I know you are. Wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
Yes.
That escalated, ladies and gents.
Yeah, it did. Because this is not a crap watch.
Okay.
Let's see your watch, mate. Let's have a look at your watch. Bling! Bling! Look at you.
It's a grown-up's watch.
JJ Coolman. What's his name? LL Cool J.
Well, ladies love Cool James.
Yeah. Look. Bling! What is this? Do you do like a little drive... Do you do a drive-by shooting before you went and pimped the money off your hose? What is that thing? I can't even look at it. It's so bright. Oh! Let's have a look at the face.
It's the watch of...
Oh, mate, it's got three... What do the other three dials do?
Seconds.
Oh,
minutes.
Hasn't got a second.
Hours. It's a stopwatch.
So you've got three dials that do seconds, minutes and hours.
Yeah, for timing. I'm going to time how long it takes for you to stop being a knob.
Well, stop it now. It's finished. Because you are an idiot. You don't know class. Everyone... This was a video on YouTube... this was an online meme. This watch went viral last week. It's online now.
Just rub it with a bit of Dettol.
Why don't you rub that with a bit of Dettol?
Wow, why have you brought that into it?
Because you're bringing this into it. So I'm bringing that into it.
That is none of your business.
Yeah, and this is out of your league. Yeah? So, I accept...
Gosh, you've been going for quite a long time. I'm just checking my stopwatch.
You've been going for too long. I don't need to check a stopwatch, even though this does have stopwatch facilities, and I can do laps.
I bet you don't know how it works.
And I can do... I have not... I could work it out if I needed to.
Did you get some instructions?
It's got a calculator... I did, actually, but I don't know where they are now. But I could work it out if I needed to. So why don't you just get lost? You're like the kids at school bullying me because my watch was pony. Well, this is not a pony watch. This is a classy watch. Look at this. Bling, bling, bling. Hey, I'm Jay-Z and I'm going to get up on stage and push Taylor Swift off stage. Mate, why don't you go and push Taylor Swift off stage and talk about your wife?
Don't hate. Congratulate.
I don't hate. I masturbate. Now you've made me say that. Look, can we have the ads now?
Uncut after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Oh, dear, what can the matter be? Three old ladies locked in the lavatory.
They've been there from Monday to Saturday. Nobody knew they were there.
Now they're dead. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Late Night Alternative, DAB, app or online. All the ways to listen. Podcasts as well. Podcasts are plenty. Go to iTunes, Acast, your usual podcast provider. Type in Iain Lee, Catherine Boyle. Stuff will pop up. Paul Ross is on at 1. Switchboard is empty, so now's a great time to call. So I've moved house recently and I had a lot of staff. Well, we moved to Windsor, I guess, about 7 years ago. No, about 6.5 years ago. And from London, where I'd lived for a long, long time. So a lot of stuff got chucked, unfortunately. A lot of stuff I decided to chuck. A lot of stuff I went to look for it had been chucked. I don't know how that happens. And a lot of stuff just went in the garage. It was in a box in the garage and was untouched for many a year. Many a muckle makes a mickle. Oh. And I was living, then marriage broke down, sadly. These things happen. And I rented a Comodaziano for a couple of years, little room. And I didn't really bring many of my things with me. I didn't bring any of my things with me. I had some books. I had my books and my poetry to protect me, and that was it. And a green screen. And then recently I've bought a house. Very nice house. And so all the stuff that was in the garage has come with me to the house. And there's not a lot of stuff. It means a couple of boxes have rocked up that I've not looked in for a few years. A little look in one of the boxes, and I found this. The brown ring binder file. And in it, there's a list of agents that I was trying to get in touch with. 0171 is the number. That's how old this is. All these places that I was trying to get gigs as well. Places. There's the address for the drummer of Kula Shaker written there as well. Duncan Bar, Crack Comedy, all these comedy clubs that you have to phone to try and get open spots. Michael Armitt, who's now a director of the One Show, and there's songs that I wrote. It's not all songs that I wrote. There's just some plain paper there. That's fine. There's some sketches that I wrote with Mackenzie. Got this. What's this?
Is it the Lucy Speed You're All I Need song?
That could be in here. It's from this era. 18, 19, 20, 21. Now, I'm a little bit embarrassed about this.
Well, let me see that thing that you just put away.
No. That was song lyrics on the back of like a pay slip or something.
Can I look?
No, you can't look. You can't read them, though.
Why?
Because I'm starting to get a little bit embarrassed.
You've got to push through the shame, man.
You've got to push through the shame. That wrote on like a sick bag. Oh, I mean, these are...
Is that song called Goodnight Louse?
Which one? That's called Goodnight Louise.
Okay.
You can't look at these. You cannot look at these until I'm ready. Oh, God. They're all just... look, some stand-up. Here's a stand-up routine I was working on. Here's a stand-up routine I was working on when I was like 19. They say it's a small world, but have you ever tried to walk it? I was never a very good stand-up. I was terrible stand-up. You always see fat people drink Diet Coke, which is true.
Donald Trump said that, didn't he?
I've written down here, here's just a phrase I've written, spunky monkey. Spunky monkey.
Yeah.
Stand up and wee on the bus. You should have gone to the toilet. I don't know what any of this... This is like 25 years ago. I don't know what any of this means. Police escort, shag like rabbits. I don't know what that says. Shinsies. Vicar sack for not believing in God. These are all comedy routines that I was working on. But this is the gold. I don't know if I can do this tonight, because now I'm feeling a little bit ashamed.
Do you want me to go out? Is it because I'm doing a face?
You are doing a face.
I'm just doing my face, but I know that sometimes it annoys you.
Oh, your face annoys me so much.
I know.
That one.
I can't help it.
That one.
I'm not even doing a face at this point. It's just a face that's on my skull.
Look at this. Look at this. This is brilliant. What is... Oh, look at this. This is like... It's when I was applying to get tickets for the for Alan Partridge. It's the address you have to write to. Some of these are busking songs, right? So there's Waterloo Sunset is there. Some Monkey songs. Oh, I don't know.
I want to hear your songs.
I don't know if I can, Catherine.
Come on, I've sung You Flipping Yo We're Wow about 15 million times.
Yeah, but you were like 9 when you wrote that. I was an adult. I could vote when I wrote this.
You were still a child in so many ways.
Let's go to John first, shall we?
Diversionary tactics.
We may not get time tonight.
Ian, come on.
Sorry. Good evening, John.
Hi.
Jesus, it's worse line.
Hi, Ian.
Hi, John. Great to hear from you, man. What have you got for us?
I just wanted to tell you like a little story about something that's happened to myself and my wife this week, and it's amusing but totally stupid.
Okay.
So what happened was, it's my wife's birthday, and as a treat, I bought tickets for us to go to a concert on Monday night at the O2 to see George Ezra.
Oh, really? My boy's favourite.
Yeah.
Excellent. So,
Budapest. Adibido. That's what we call it. Adibido. Yes, Adibido, yes.
So on Monday, I booked us a hotel in London. We drove up to London, checked into the hotel.
Yeah.
We set off for the O2 Arena. We looked at the tickets. The concert wasn't until today.
No,
so
what?
That was mistake number one.
Hang on. You thought it was on Monday?
I thought it was on Monday. I booked the tickets a long time ago. Wrote it on the calendar at home for the 12th of November.
Oh, mate!
I know, nightmare. So we went to London on Monday, checked into a hotel, went to the gig, and it wasn't until today. So
unlucky dude.
That was mistake number one.
Yeah.
Mistake number two. We drove back to the O2 today, parked up, walked to the O2 for the gig. It wasn't even at the O2. It was at Wembley Arena.
Oh no! Yo, you idiot!
What a twat! What an idiot!
John, what were you thinking?
Oh no, I'm a nutter.
So, did you not? You've not seen George Ezra then? And you spent a week in London?
Yeah. No, we left the car at the O2, parked up, jumped on the tube at Greenwich, went all the way across London.
That's the other side of London, man.
Oh no, it's not. Don't even go there.
Did you get to see the concert?
We got to the concert. It was fantastic. Yeah. Great.
Okay, you got there. And is your wife? Is your wife still talking to you?
Yeah, she's sat next to me now. We're in the car on the way home to Portsmouth.
And how much has this week costed? Did you stay in London the whole week?
No, we went back to Portsmouth on Tuesday. We only stayed in Monday night. We ended up going to a comedy club in a gay bar on Monday night instead of the George Ezra concert.
Oh, that's all right then. That sounds like a good thing.
That was a good night, yeah.
John, you're a good man. Sounds like you got a good, solid relationship, and that's going to be a story to tell the grandkids about how you completely muffed up George Ezra. Thanks for sharing it with us, man.
Cheers,
bye bye. I've not done as bad as that. I've gone to the wrong venue to see Stephen Stills. Got to Stephen Stills just as he was going. Thanks very much. Good night. Oh man. Good evening, Sadiq.
Guess what's coming out? Laurel and Hardy. The film's coming out.
Laurel and Hardy made a film.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. I want to tell you, but I forgot to tell you.
Oh, man alive.
And guess what's coming on Sunday? I'm a Celebrity is coming back on again.
Yeah, I won't be watching that.
And, people that have epilepsy, are they allowed to go in the jungle or not?
Yeah, I think epileptics are allowed in the jungle, yeah, I would have thought so. Why, have you got epilepsy?
It's dangerous, but people have seizures. How can they go on a game show like that?
medics watching. They have medics standing by, watching the whole time. Well, no, actually, they weren't standing by, because I remember Stanley last year fell over and cut his hand because he's a knob, and the medics took ages to come out and fix it.
How about people who have, how about people who have, what's it called?
Strokes.
Not strokes, I mean people who
AIDS?
are diabetics or something like that.
Yeah, they have diabetics. Diabetics are allowed to do it. Here's the thing.
I didn't know that.
I don't think it's wheelchair accessible, so that is discriminatory. We can get a wheelchair over that rope bridge. So that is discriminatory.
I heard a thing about...
hang on, Sadiq, hang on.
4 of the contestants this year are vegans.
Yeah.
So they won't be able to eat any...
No, because when I had my first interview about doing the jungle, I was still a vegetarian. I said, I'm a vegetarian. They said, oh, don't worry, if you get an eating thing, they'll kind of fix it so you probably don't get an eating thing.
How about American? How can he eat the child if it's halal? How can it be halal, the animals?
He didn't have anything that wasn't halal.
But where did he pray then? That's what I'm saying.
He prayed, there's a little bit on the other side where the bench was, and he would go and pray there.
But did you pray the Quran as well?
Sorry?
The Quran, the Holy Quran.
I don't think he had the Quran. Maybe he did have the Quran. He had he had his rug and his hat.
But it's not respectful because the ladies they're watching, and it's not nice, is it?
Well, no, that's a silly thing about religion, because it should be open to everyone. What do you mean it's not respectful to have a pray because there's a woman there? Come on, Sadiq. Come on, man. That's bull.
Bikinis and that. It's not wearing suitable clothes, not decent clothing.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't stop you having a pray up. You want to have a little pray? Have a little pray.
Can I have your number? I lost your number.
Oh, Sadiq, I'm sorry. I only give it out once. Sadiq, can I read you some lyrics I wrote when I was a younger man, and you let me know whether you think this will make a good song?
If you give me a number, I can tell you.
I'm not going to give you the number, so I'm going to read this. This is a song. This one doesn't have a title, right? So I'm going to read this, and you're going to let me know what you think about it, okay?
Okay.
And I tell you, I'm so nervous reading these out. Listen, I know that these are rubbish, okay? I'm not doing this going, I think I've got a lost... I know this, I'm reading these because these are embarrassing, right?
You said my name on the rabbit hole. Do you know that?
No.
You did. You said Sadiq.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
If anyone's listening, if anyone wants to... I'm only doing this because Sally is on Twitter saying I'm bottling it. I'm not bottling anything. I'm prepared. I'm bearing my soul. And if George Ezra is listening on the way home from Wembley Arena and he's thinking, I'm running out of lyrics. I got no words. I got tunes. I got no words. Then, George, you can have these. 50-50, obviously. So here we go. Catherine, I'm going to dedicate this to you. I don't have chords written down for this, so I can't give any indication. But any musicians out there listening, want inspiration, have some of this. Are you ready, Sadiq?
I want to ask you a question. How can I talk to you on the rabbit hole if I don't have your number?
Okay. Are you ready, Catherine?
I'm always ready.
Here we go. It's respectful. Can I hold your hand? I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm talking to you.
Hey?
Did you say you like it? He's gone. Sadiq's gone. He's gone. 3 lines and he's shot his load. Start again. Actually, let me hold your hand while I do this.
Really?
Yeah. Can I hold your hand? I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm talking to you. Oh, no, this is inappropriate, actually, for us. So I dedicate this to Sam. Wherever you are, you know I love you.
Oh, Sam.
These are great lyrics. Breathe. If I push you, you breathe. Couldn't I just sit here for 1,000 years and gently nudge you?
With what?
I don't know. See, reading it as an older man now, it feels like I'm talking about a penis. But I wouldn't, as a 20-year-old, I wouldn't have been writing about a penis.
Also, nudging someone with your penis for 1,000 years, it's not a sustainable lifestyle, is it?
And then it gets dark.
Oh, dear.
If you die now, you know I'll never forgive you. Only you could leave me, now of all the times to go.
That's some deep shiz.
Sam, come on the microphone there for a second, because you were pulling a face there, and I just didn't understand what was that face you were pulling? It looked like confusion.
Yeah, I don't get it.
What do you mean you don't get it?
I don't get it.
What music are you into? Nickelback. You don't get music. Get stuffed. I'm not doing this because I'm saying that they're good.
Is there a chorus? Or is
No, that's all there is for that.
Right, OK.
That's all there is for that.
You gave up. You're talking about sitting there for 1,000 years nudging someone and you can't even manage a second verse.
It was finished.
Right.
It was finished. I'm on a roll now. Let's find some more.
Another one.
Let's find some more. The ones on the little bits of paper I don't think are as good as the...
The ones that got the proper A4 treatment.
This
is good.
Here we go. Right, this has got chords. This is C. This is in chord of C. This is chord of C, and then the chorus it goes to F and G. F and G. So the verse is C, the chorus is F and G.
I get it. Well done.
Should have brought my guitar in. We could have made.
Oh God! I mean,
can I tell you, I feel so nervous. But thank you, listener. Not thank you, Catherine. Thank you, listener, for allowing me to express my another part of my artistic soul. This one hasn't got a title.
I'll give it one.
No, you won't. I'm exposing myself to you.
I know. Yet again.
I'm feeling kind of lonely.
Oh.
Kind of lonely.
Oh, cool. You're a cool guy.
I'm feeling kind of lonely. I can't remember my writing. Wishing you would be there. Phone me.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's unusual reaction. Sometimes we laugh out of arousal.
Oh my God.
Let me know when you're ready and I'll carry on.
I'm never going to be ready.
I'm never going to be ready. Katie says, I'd love to hear your songs. I bet you're brilliant. So do I, Katie.
She's a bum lick.
That's another song I've got here, actually. She's a bum lick. I'm
hang on.
But I've got hundreds in here. We got like a month's worth of shows.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait. It was just the phone me caught me by surprise. It was so rude.
This is in the day before everyone had mobile phones, so actually it's...
Did I have to look you up in the book?
I'm feeling... What noise? I don't even know what that noise is!
Right, come on, Catherine. Get it together. Dead dogs, dead dogs, dead dogs.
Which is actually the title of another song I've got in here.
Okay, wait. Don't do another one yet. This is silly. Stop.
Because the songs that I wrote as a 20-year-old. I may have been 22.
Okay.
This is in C. So the verse is in C and the chorus is F and G. I'm feeling kind of lonely. Wishing you would be there. Phone me. I don't know what I can do. You're so near, yet I'm miles away from you. And I'm sure that I have seen you somewhere before. And I want you to come knocking at
on my door. Classic.
Well, I like the classic rhymes. I'm a classicist.
Oh, God. Oh.
Then we go back to C. So that was F and G. Let's go back to C. Wander around the town for 5 or 6 hours. This is not one of my best. Go to the park. Stay there till dark, talking to the flowers. Strange reaction.
Oh, God. Oh, dear.
I think that's the end of that song, actually.
Thank God. It's probably for the best.
Okay, all right.
That's lovely. That was lovely.
I'm on a roll here. I'm up for doing this all night. I'm up for doing this all night. This one's called "I Love You, I Love You," and the chords for this are A. If you've got a guitar, if anyone's got a guitar, could you? If anyone's got a guitar or a keyboard, could you phone up 0344 499 1000? We'll workshop it now. We'll workshop it.
Can I? Is there an online piano on here? I can do it. Hang on.
Okay. A7 D. These are great chords. I've written here A7 D F sharp M F sharp minor E. So this is quite an advanced... What is that?
A.
But that's not a chord.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be able to do... I've not got a touch screen.
Well, find something that does chords then.
Oh, God.
Anyway, this one's called I Love You, I Love You. I love you.
What are the notes again?
It's not notes, it's chords.
I know, but whatever. We'll just workshop it.
A7,
Yeah.
D, F sharp minor, and E.
All right, go on.
I love you, I love you. You're just, but that's no. You don't. No, I don't want to play with you.
All right, I'll stop it. Go on, serious.
Actually, that's quite atmospheric. That works.
Look at it back. Hang on.
It works. It's atmospheric. I like it.
Virtual piano. I wonder if it goes chords.
Hi, Iain. John's wife Donna here. Who's John? Was that? Oh, that's the Ezra
The
guy.
one that has been disappointed several times by John.
Donna. Jeez, do you want to cough a little bit louder into the microphone? Donna, dump John. Donna, hi Iain, John's wife Donna here. Your songs sound good. We want to hear more of the Bumlick song. I'll see if I can find it.
Oh dear.
Okay. You ready? I love you, I love you. Words scribbled down in a fit of passion. I can't believe I won't see you again, my friend. Goodbye. Not laughing now, are you?
No, I'm waiting for my piano to come up.
If you can forgive...
What is it? AD what?
No. A7, which you can't do because you're not
I'm going to ignore
chords.
that. I'm just going to do
D,
A and...
F sharp minor, and E. And when I finger you, that's when you go to the... Right, that's when you go to the next chord.
I'm going to have to write them down because can you've got a pen?
You're not touching any of these documents.
Pass me that pen there, please.
I sent Julia an email yesterday. I heard her on another radio station and I emailed her and said she made me laugh.
Very nice. Pass me that.
She said she was terrified in the Moral Maze.
Wow, this is almost civil.
Yeah, the Moral Maze she was on.
I need something to write.
No, not this. Not this. No, don't touch anything that belongs to me.
That?
Yeah, sure.
Tell me again.
Right, so the first chord you're going to do is A. Then when I finger you, it's F sharp minor. Then it goes back to A. Then it goes to F sharp minor. I'm missing out the A7s because you're an idiot.
Yeah, and D.
Well, but you don't know when. Yeah, whatever. Just write it down. It's fine.
Is it A, F sharp, F sharp?
Yeah.
A, F sharp, and then D.
Whatever. Just play whatever you want. I don't care. It's just nice.
This is this sort of lack of precision
we go.
that means that you never made it in the music industry.
1,
Hang on.
2,
A,
3, 4. I love you. I love you. Words scribbled down in a fit of passion. I can't believe I won't see you again, my friend. Goodbye. If you can forgive me for what I've done, then please do. I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you. That's repeated. The radio's talking. That's prophetic, because I work in radio now. Oh! I know what this song is about! Stop! I know what this song is about!
Go on.
This is about Kurt Cobain committing suicide.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah. Because he wrote on the... This is it. Oh, this is great. Listen to this. Because it alludes to it in a bit. It alludes to it. Allusion is a thing that songwriters use. And on the suicide note, apparently it said, I love you, I love you. So this is actually about Kurt Cobain killing himself. So let's start again. So imagine, now you're not laughing now. Now imagine it's Kurt Cobain, okay? And he's got the shotgun, and he's probably had he's got the shotgun loaded up, or maybe someone else did. He's got the whiskey, he's a bit high on heroin, and he's going to kill himself. So he writes this song. This is a song from Kurt Cobain. Please stop it. It's disrespectful to...
I thought we'd started.
No, it's disrespectful to what's her name? Frances Bean. 3, 4. I love you. Hey, and I tell you, and just to stop. Please stop it. And do you know who I was listening to when I heard that Kurt Cobain had died? You won't guess. I'll tell you. Nick Abbott.
Oh.
So this song is inspired by Nick Abbott. Please.
Ready?
3, 4. I love you. I love you. Words scribbled down in a fit of passion. Makes sense now, doesn't it? I can't believe I won't see you again. My friend, goodbye. If you can forgive me for what I've done... I like that. It sounds like an ambulance. then please do. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. The radio's talking as I write this message. The news is some man shot himself. I think I've heard of him. His name rings a bell or two. Please, carry on. Please believe me. I'm waiting on your call. I love you. I love you. And that's dedicated to Kurt Cobain and Nick Abbott, both of whom have ended their careers, shot their careers in the ass. And now you're thinking, oh, that was actually quite a good one.
Yeah, because of my musical arrangement.
You're an idiot. Let's play the
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Here's a song that was a Beach Boys pastiche that I wrote when I was 15 years old. We're going back 30 years, and I know this because on the first page, I get 10 out of 10 for my German.
Oh.
My German homework, my German spelling. Sportgeschäft, Dorgoi, Fleischeri. Those are the shops. But the second one, that's kind of meant as a comedy one, so it doesn't. That doesn't work. Let's find another song. I'm really disappointed in. I'm really disappointed in the list. Sorry. Oh, here we go. Okay, this one. I don't remember this one at all. This one's called Something Went Wrong. Are you still playing along? Listener, you could have called in and played along.
Oh, this is a good one.
I like it. This one's called Something Went Wrong. It starts in E, which is an unusual key and chord to set a song in. And very unusual, actually. Again, it shows I'm quite innovative, actually. I thought these were going to be rubbish, and actually, it turns out they're great. Here we go. Something went wrong. Used to be, we could never say goodbye without crying. Used to be, we could never walk away without somehow dying. What's wrong?
I'm looking for all the chords. You just got an E there, and then it goes to a C.
Then it goes to C, then it goes to D. But those times have D gone. Something went wrong. Simple, back to E. I always thought we'd be at least friends, but I got that wrong. You said our love would never end. But never's not so long. That is a great line. This is probably about Kerry, if I think about it now. That is a great line. You said our love would never end, but never's not so long. You say it would never end, but actually never. It's only quite a short time. It's clever. Now those times are gone, something went wrong. I don't know what this bit is here. Now those times are gone, something went wrong, and time has gone, in brackets, hold for longer than previous. And then it says full out strumming, drums, etc. So this is the thing. I wasn't just writing songs. I was arranging songs,
orchestrating.
Sorry. I'm an orchestrator. Whatever happened to you and me seems like some things are never meant to be.
Well, that's true.
But I've been back to yesterday, and there's one thing I've got to say. I need you. That is powerful. That's powerful stuff, man. That's powerful stuff. So many great songs in here. It's a shame. Most of them are about Kerry, actually.
That one looks like a good one. I saw the first line of the one on the back. Silent Tears.
The best tears.
Give me that one.
The best tears are silent. Silent tears roared down my. This one doesn't have a title.
Is it not an extension of Do You Remember?
No, Do You Remember is like an upbeat kind of. It is about Kerry. I remember that one. I remember the tune and everything to that.
Let's have that.
Nope. No. Need a guitar for to really,
I don't think it'd make that much difference.
Silent tears roared down my face as I'd wondered why I'd come back to this place. I've travelled so far to come back home. I wouldn't have two comebacks there. But if this is home, why do I feel so alone?
Yeah.
This is coming back to my house in the summer holidays at university.
Also, you hadn't travelled that far. Where were you?
It was only London to Slough. I heard Here we go. Look, I heard someone say that Caroline was sweet.
Oh yeah.
And the times with her were good. But it seems that after all this time, I'm the one who misunderstood. This is actually great
Heavy
stuff.
stuff.
And now you can't laugh because you're thinking, shit, this is actually great.
Well, you're half right. The first bit.
I got the joke. You didn't need to hammer it
I thought
home.
I'd ram it home.
I got it. The shit bit, yeah? I get it? The shit bit?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I did get it then, thank you. You can look at the sky, you can see the moon, but you have to see it's going to end soon.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how hard I fight. This is before the internet.
When we didn't know any better.
This is all written before the internet. I think that you have to keep that in mind. No matter how hard I fight or try, I know my end is soon, and that's why I cry.
Oh, blimey.
I can hear two old men talking. This isn't written in my handwriting, so I think maybe Conan wrote these 2 lines. Telling me not to get above my head, but I can't be with you anymore. I'll have to dream instead. I think you've had enough for tonight.
No, I want another one.
No.
Go on, give us another one. Give us another one.
Okay, let's go in.
I'm into this now. I'm sort of picking up the vibe. Gosh, you put those ones inside folders.
These ones are
good.
these ones are semi-laminated. These are proper songs. The thing is, I'm getting a little bit self-conscious because I know Paul Ross is out in that studio, and I know that he's worked with Nirvana.
Yeah.
And I've done a tribute song to Nirvana.
Yeah.
And I just, here it comes. Please, come in, Paul Ross. You worked with Nirvana, didn't you?
I was there when they did the second series of the work.
Yeah.
We mistimed it badly, or the then producer did, and they had about 1 minute 20 seconds. We played it again on the Late Show, and he started by saying, "I just want it on the record, Courtney Love is the best so-and-so on the planet."
Yes.
That was this, and then into down.
I don't know if you heard. I wrote a song.
I have heard it. Yeah.
The night he died.
Yep.
Do you
Still getting over it, aren't you?
Do you think he would have liked that song that I wrote for him?
If I'm being absolutely honest,
called
no.
I Love You.
No, he wouldn't have liked it. He'd have loved it.
There we go.
Thank you, Paul Ross.
Simon Calder.
Thank you, Paul Ross. Yeah, you see, that's it.
We can play him like a puppet, can't we, Kev?
It's called I Love You, I Love You. Maybe
we play him like Boo Boo the Fool.
I don't know if you've got, if you've still got Courtney Love's address, but I'd love to send it on to her. I'd love to make a little demo tape.
Sadly, I never had Courtney Love's address.
Okay.
I did see her in a terrible film she made, I can't remember the title of it, with, I think, J-Lo was in it as well, and she was some kind of demented psychopathic kidnap woman. What was it called?
That was great.
Trapped or something? No,
where she has sex with the boy next door.
Something weird like that.
That's a great film. Here's the thing. I love J-Lo movies. Yeah. My wife used to
Made
watch
in Manhattan.
It's a great film. Monster-in-Law with
Jane Fonda.
Yeah.
But you've never seen Out of Sight, which is the best one.
Oh, Out of Sight's a masterpiece.
Which one's Out of Sight?
It's when with
Steven
her in it.
Soderbergh.
She wasn't really very well known. George Clooney wasn't massively
Michael
well
Keaton.
known. It's fantastic.
I'll watch it honestly because my wife would watch these J-Lo films, and I got really into them. But yeah, there's one where she's a victim of spousal abuse.
That's what it is. Yeah,
and she leaves and gets like ninja skills, and then goes back and murders him, but doesn't leave any clues.
That's a manual for life, isn't it?
That's a great.
Women leave and come back as a ninja.
Yeah,
Make them pay.
Is that made in Manhattan?
No, that's not made in. No,
You're on fire tonight, Flippy Kath.
No, it's not made in
It's
Manhattan.
something like Wanted or Trapped, or it's one of those one-word type
The
titles.
one I was thinking of is one where she's a sexy teacher and she has sex with the man next door, but then she goes into school at the beginning of term and it turns out he's one of the pupils. He's just like a really big, muscular pupil.
Well, I've not seen that one.
And he's a bit stalkerish and he puts
Sure, that's not from Pornhub?
It might be. But he then puts loads of pictures of her... he took pictures of her in her pants and he posts them all around the school and she kills him. So
she's still Jenny from the Blocks. Or is that Courtney Love we're talking about?
She's the most... but anyway, if you could be any help at all at getting that song to the Love Foundation, I would really appreciate it, because I think it's actually very special. I think it will bring them a lot of comfort. Paul, what's on your show tonight?
Well, I have just heard the greatest sentence I've ever heard in my entire... I mean, I've been in this game for a long time. I've made some terrible rubbish, been involved in dreadful shows.
You and me both, man.
My producer has just said, Paul, the giant peanut Australian woman can do 2:15.
Yes! Oh, at last!
Across Australia, for regional tourism, there's a competition for this year's big thing. And they genuinely manufacture, as a town, a big thing. Yeah. The giant peanut was unluckily just pipped by the giant melon, but I want to talk to the giant peanut lady, and
Melons
she's on
are
the
so
programme at
obvious.
2:15.
Melons are so obvious.
2:15. The giant peanut lady, Paul, from Australia, can do 2:15.
Is it-
Yeah, that's all you want to hear.
Is it an actual peanut or is it a replica peanut?
I'll bring the cat in.
I need to know.
Paul is now realising he hasn't got a guest like that. He's leaving the... Oh, no, he's come back.
It's there!
Let's have a look.
That's the story of the year. Look at the scale of the melon.
That's a big melon.
Flipping
I mean, that is a portion of a big
And
melon.
luckily
Imagine
for
the
us,
whole thing.
The giant peanut lady from Australia can do 2:15. So if you don't, go to bed now, but at least try and rouse yourself from the arms of Morpheus at 2:15.
Set your alarm. Set your alarm. It's worth it.
She's quoted it. Read her quote. I'm sorry we didn't make it, but I'm glad the melon won.
How big is that banana?
The time is about to answer that question.
Can we get the big banana woman
Ooh.
on tomorrow?
No, I think Johnny Seafoot's got that one.
Damn you, Seafoot!
Although, actually, I wondered next week whether I should get onto every single finalist.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
mate,
I wanna
of
see the
course you have
Yeah,
to.
the big the giant fish. There's a huge egg. No, that is a huge melon. And the watermelon, that was the winner, I think. And I've written beside it in my... I'm rather embarrassed by what I've written by it for the team. I leave the cutting. Fun story.
Well,
But it is a fun story.
Here's the thing. Listen, you can't be embarrassed by anything you've written. I'm reading out songs I wrote 25 years ago, man. Steve has just joined us on the line. Good evening, Steve.
Oh, hi, Ian. How are you?
You're good, thank you. You're speaking to me, Catherine and Paul Ross, who's
Hello,
on at 1
Steve.
o'clock.
Hello, Steve.
Hi. I wanted to ask you, all three of you, actually, but mainly Ian. I didn't really want to talk myself, but just to ask you what...
I didn't really want to talk to Paul Ross, but...
I served Paul Ross in a pub once in Teddington by Thames TV Studios.
Oh, I remember
About
sneaking. I was doing
25
some
years ago.
dodgy shopping channel, I think. We used to make the Word there for us, but I think I was doing not Ideal World. It was a weird CD, DVD channel. I used to sneak out between shows and have a crafty pint.
Yeah. That could well have been it. I know that Ian was there, of course, doing the Persuasionist, but that's a different story.
Oh, were you there when... I know that. Did you serve me in the...
I didn't serve you. I just know that you...
I had an argument on the phone when I was in that pub with a man who was making me a custom box, and he was a liar.
Yeah, I've heard all about that on the Adam Buxton podcast.
He was a liar, and he
I wanted
bullied...
to ask
Yes,
you,
okay, sorry, Steve, yes.
What's the best book you've ever written by a musician?
Oh, that took a turn.
Bob Dylan's memoirs for me, the first volume.
Yeah, the
Bob Dylan first
Dylan
volume.
was
and Bruce Springsteen's one's fantastic.
The Jimmy Webb one is great because I was not expecting it to be such a roller coaster ride of insanity and arrogance.
Oh, Carly Simon one recently.
Yeah, Carly Simon one's good.
I've got a Matt Goss audio cassette tape that's pretty good of his story called I Owe You Nothing.
I bet he
and that's
does.
the last line of the book.
Go on, Steve. What's yours?
I read a good bio about Iggy Pop, but that wasn't written by him.
Well, then you set the question, man. You set the question.
You've broken your own rules.
Get out of here. He set the question, and he didn't have a consideration for others.
He was just opening the conversation like a good barman.
Well, I'm closing the conversation.
Time at the bar.
Like a bad customer. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Sam.
So can I just ask, were you arguing about a custard box, did you say?
A custom.
Oh, a custom box.
I needed a very, very big box, and he refused to make... Well, anyway, I'll tell you about it tomorrow. Ta-ta.